What is happening, everybody? We are live for one Enoch with the God Loving Anarchist, JK. And this is part 3, hosted by moi, Dorian D Booma San. JK, how you doing, brother?
I'm always good. Thank you for asking. Never
Awesome.
anything going bad in my life. I'm the happiest man alive.
Right. Same thing going on over here. I'm doing nothing but creating videos of joy and spreading love and embracing everybody. And, there's no vengeance or anything like that going on over here. There's no attacks. It's just
I
all
think
love, brother.
non-vaxxer would disagree.
Nah, it's all good, man. Just giving that guy a big old fucking hug until he can't fucking breathe. Okay. Anyways, the gloves are off, man. Naughty Ninja's back, so it is what it is. People do what they got to do, and that's what we got to do. But we appreciate y'all being here, and we hope you are ready for part 3. And people that have been reading along and following along, I guess I should say, we are glad to have you. What's up, Sam? And yes, so where are we, JK, in this? We were just talking
I just summarize the book 3 and mention the main topics. We go with the book 3 and then we jump to the book 4. So yeah, that's the book of dreams, and we proceed further after that. Yeah, so chapters 37, 71, just a summary, and then book 3, astronomical book, a bit more details.
Okay. Yeah. Going to summarize Book of Parables and then go into some detail of astronomical book and go from there. So we appreciate y'all being here. What is up? We got Sabrina in the house.
Hello, Sabrina, my love. How are you today?
And anybody that loves Sabrina is gay. Is that Sabrina?
Shit, I'm gay.
We were joking about that. I think you were the one that made that comment because people were trying to say that she had a penis and all that stupid shit that's been going on. So anybody that loves Sabrina Wallace is gay. So fucking funny. We were having fun with that. What is up, everybody? What's happening? Sutton Kolar. Looks like a new username. If I haven't seen you before, then welcome. If I have and I forgot, then apologies there, but welcome everybody. And K.86XX, what's happening? Wahoo, Sabrina's in the house. Everybody loves Sabrina, of course. And ontologically shook one. Yes, it's an interesting topic. And yes, we have lots of gay people in here that love Sabrina. It's been something we've been laughing, joking about all freaking for all a week or so. It's good times. Hello, and welcome everybody. But yes, these are just freestyle. We don't necessarily like plan these out. Maybe got some bullet points over there, but for the most part, we just like to have some fun, be real humans, and then have these discussions. And as you guys throw some stuff into the chat, every once in a while, we will bring that into the conversation. If anybody wants to bitch about these not getting right to the point, then bitch or leave. So we're just going to bring it to you as humans do. And we enjoy interacting with the chat. But welcome from Belgium there, huh? Nice. I fucking love that shit.
You all like it?
So
or you don't like it? We don't give a fuck.
We don't give a fuck. You're not a Belgian fan? Is there something going on over there that I don't know about, or what? You're cool with someone being from Belgium, right?
For me, no issue. I'm myself citizen without citizenship, citizen of the world. So I don't care. Absolutely. From whoever who is.
Yeah, it's one Enoch starting on. Well, we're gonna start. I think we're going to summarize the Book of Parables, which is technically like the second chapter or the second book, I guess. And then we'll get into the third book, astronomical book, and go from there. We'll see how far we get in this episode. But this is one Enoch. We're not getting into 2 Enoch or 3 Enoch at all. What's up now today? And unsecure signal, Swiss train hard. Okay. Yes. Okay. I think. Anyways. All right, JK, let's take it away. Let's do the summary of the Book of Parables. We'll get started. Welcome, everybody, as you roll in. We really appreciate you being here.
Hello, Total KY. Yeah. Maybe we go. Okay, so last time we were speaking about the fallen angels and the Nephilim, And the question is how God get rid of them, right? Of course, it was Noah and flood. And bring here what is very important for me, because I see connections which other people might not see. So how I see this as a parallel to today's world. You have to pay attention to what our enemies saying. Doesn't matter if you agree with that or not. It's coming from their mouth, right? So what Jews claim about the Messiah? Their highest rabbis say that their Messiah will be descendant of the Nephilim giants. Again, they claim their Messiah will be the descendant of the Nephilim giants.
Wait, who claims this?
Jews.
Yes.
They
want the Messiah. They've rejected Jesus Christ, and they want to believe that the Messiah is going to come from the Nephilim giants.
Yes, that's what they claim. That's what they say. It's not to me to judge, but that's their own words, right?
That's the Talmud?
Yep.
Wow. Okay.
Babylonian Talmud, exactly. That's their claims. So their highest rabbis say their Messiah will be exactly this. Look, it's not my claim. That's what they claim. Doesn't matter if you agree with it or not. That's coming from their own mouth. I'm talking about those who are in the control of their faith and have the most influence. I'm not talking about the common Jews or converts, but the ones on the top of their faith. All bloodlines reaching the time of Babylon, and probably, I would say, even before that. We know that today, because we see the war in the Iran and before in Palestine and the many wars before, Jews, so-called Jews, are in control of USA. And America or Vatican, I still didn't make up my mind about it yet. It's a modern Babylon. It's a reflection of the old Babylon, the original one. I don't know if it is Vatican or America, but I suspect possibly it's America, because there are two ways to think about it. Rome is on the 7 hills, and America, Washington, D.C., is as well on 7 hills. So could be both. I'm not sure exactly which one, but I think it's America. Maybe both of them will be destroyed. We can bring here now about I was speaking about it before, remember, Booma? I was talking about the China and Russia and America and the Poseidon weapon, right? So China and Russia, they have weapon which is called Poseidon weapon, which can cause tsunami and huge waves. That's the reference to the biblical flood. I kind of strongly suspect that America will be flooded as smoking by the Satan, God's flood. That's my suspicion. I'm not saying it will happen. It might happen. From my perspective, judgment is coming to America. That's my suspicion. I assume. I'm not saying it will. It might happen this year or next year. I was predicting that something will happen in 2025. But then I knew, from the other hand, that they're behind the schedule. So in my head, I didn't connect those dots. So that's why I strongly suspect this year will be something big, or 2027, end of the year, or maybe beginning 2027, but I suspect this year. And then we already start seeing the lockdowns. Even in Ireland, they are speaking that they're going to bring energy lockdowns and the same lockdowns as during COVID 1984. It's already happening. So they might bring something big. We will see what they will make up again.
I think aliens will be involved because they're really pushing the UFO thing.
Possibly with the Project Bluebeam, yeah, could be.
Yeah. So, like someone was saying, that could, it could be a craft, it could be a projection of a giant Jesus-like figure, or something in the sky claiming the second coming. I do think that they are trying to pull off a fake revelation, if you will. not only to create fear, but also, desensitize us to perhaps what could be coming. But I think God could have other plans. It'll be interesting. Judgment on America. They are creating a lot of data centers and a lot of debauchery being done out of America with the wars and all the stuff that we got going on. So, yeah, there could definitely be a lot of judgment coming on America. However, the Vatican's been about as evil as it gets for a long time, and we got to see that thing fucking crumble, and that would be lovely.
And Vatican as well controls the U.S. government, because you have plenty of Jesuits trained guys in the government. I somewhere have even a list, the most recent guys who are in power in the U.S. government, in the Trump's bureau, and so on. So we'll see how it goes, right?
Well, we could. I mean, do you think it's possible that we could see Nephilim giant return? Like real ones, not
real ones.
Beam, like that they actually exist underground or something, or that they've been cryogenically kept.
We could see, for example, so-called aliens, the tall ones, the shiny ones. We could see those.
The tall, shiny ones.
Oh, yeah, I can't remember their name. Probably someone knows in the chat. They are supposedly the good ones.
The tall whites?
Yeah.
The alien-like things? Yeah.
I forgot their name, sorry. But supposedly they're good one. No, there is no freaking good fallen angel. All of them, they are bad. Even if they act as good. You think they are good, but they are not.
False light. A lot of false light, a lot of deception. I mean, in the end times, even the elite will be deceived if possible.
Yeah, even the chosen one could be deceived. You're correct. Yeah. So maybe I bring the Vatican, because I remember I have mentioned before. I was speaking last time about Vatican and 23 points. That's why I still cannot make up my mind if the Babylon is Vatican or America. We know what America does, the government, not the people, but the government and the devil worshippers in power. But there are few, exactly 23 points, questions, which you have to ask yourself. I often make reference to the Vatican as a Luciferian Vatican. Why? Okay, I will provide evidence why it is Luciferian Vatican. That's a list of, I think, 23 points. You should ask ourselves 23 or 22, whatever. Right. So,
I think everybody here knows the Vatican's. I mean, just the serpent hall alone.
Yeah.
I mean, come on. It's the shape, the location of it, but the serpent hall, and then the statue that they have in there is
behind. Yes, that should be enough. But I have many more things, so people won't be confused, and I hope they'll be convinced why I think it's Luciferian and they are from the devil. Bring the points, right? That's right. So first point is why there is chamber of Lucifer on the lowest level in the Vatican, below Vatican. That's the first question, right? If it's for God, why they have this chamber there? You mentioned about this just a second ago. Why Vatican's building is in a shape of the head, of the snake's head. It's called Paul 5 or 6 audience hall. Can't remember the number. I think Paul 6 audience hall. It's exactly in the shape of snake head. Why behind Pope's throne in the Paul 6, I think it's 6, audience hall, there are statues, sculptures, which look like demons, monsters, evil spirits, reptilians, right? Serpent-like. Why they are there? Reptilians are very often shown as creatures with heads very similar to the head of the snake, right? You can see it on Simpsons, in the conspiracy theory films, and so on. And they always look like a freaking, with the head of the snake. I wonder why. Why in a prayer during big mass where Pope participated three times was invoked Saint Lucifer? It was 3 times. And why it was said during the same mass that the Christ is son of the Lucifer? It was in Latin, Sabrina knows Latin, so I can find later video and we can listen to it, and Sabrina can translate. So that's a big question. Why they do that if they are for Christ, not for Lucifer? Looks like they are not. Why Pope said there could be no connection with Christ if Vatican is not involved? Wait a minute. We cannot have connection straight with God. We have to have middlemen. Why? That's I think it's an important question. That's what Roman Catholic Church and the Pope and all those freaking people in the crimson clothes say, right? Pope says that all religions pray to the same God. Why? Supposedly there should be one God, right? In three persons in the Holy Trinity. And he says there are multiple ways to the God, but Christ said himself.
Is this the current Pope or just the overriding message of the
That's general agenda, that's what they say. I don't know exactly what said this Pope yet. It looks like he's kind of a bit better than previous one, but I didn't look into him. For me, it's one and the same bullshit, because they are controlled. So it doesn't matter who is sitting on the throne in the Vatican. They're all the same always.
Do they have in the Catholic Bible or their Bible or whatever it's called, the book, the one Enoch?
No.
Okay.
It's called Apocrypha, so it's only 66 books, and this one is not biblical according to them. But
I think the Catholic Bible has more than 66. Let me look it up.
66, I think. There is as well, for example, King James Bible with the Apocrypha.
It has 73 books.
73, okay. I think, King James has all the New Testament plus Apocrypha as well. One of the versions, can't remember which one. Yeah, but definitely not Book of Enoch. But if there's not Book of Enoch, why they're referring in the Bible? Why Bible refers to the Book of Enoch? Which is kind of strange, right? So why is it not included? I guess why they didn't include 2 Enoch or 3 Enoch, but 1. There's a lot of references, so I think it should be included, but whatever. I'm too small for that to tell them to include it, right? That's what they choose. Yeah. Another point. Why Pope supports and promotes LGBTQ crap and pedophilia if Scripture strictly condemned it? Version of the sanctions. Yep. Thank you, Sabrina.
Wow, we just had a huge thunder hit, and I just heard cats running across the floor in the living room. They are freaking out.
That much? Yeah.
Hopefully we don't lose. If I disappear, JK, you carry on until I can get back on.
No worries. Yeah.
We
deal with it. No worries. Yeah, hopefully nothing will happen. Right. Another point. Why Pope said that Jesus was a fail and Lucifer is the morning star, real son of God, not Jesus. That's from Pope's mouth. Why the fuck he said it?
That's crazy.
Get it? That's Luciferian shit. Why altars in a huge number of Catholic churches has sun in the middle, in the center? Very often shown as all-seeing eye with the depicted rays of light, rays of sun, right? So that's the rays of the false light and the eye of providence. And this eye of providence, we know, is on the top of the pyramid, right? They are showing you. That's their language, signs and symbols. Why Mass is usually on Sunday, day of the sun, not Saturday, Shabbat, which should be, accordingly to the old verses, old Bibles, should be day of the rest, right? Shabbat, Sabbato, Saturday. That should be the 7th day. And Sunday should be the first day. But that's the day of the sun worship, Sunday, right? Why Mass? Okay, I said this one. Sabbato, Shabbat, what was else? Shabbato, Saturday. Yeah, I mentioned all of those. We should be resting on Shabbat, like I said before, Shabbat, Sabbato, Saturday. That shouldn't be Sunday, but unfortunately, Vatican has changed it. Yeah. First day of the week should be Sunday, and the last should be Saturday when God rested. In some of the countries, if you check the calendar, you can see that those still have start of the week as Sunday. Some have Monday, but some have still Sunday as a first day of the week. I know it's in the UK, for example, in Ireland. I don't know how it is in the USA. How it's in your country when you check the calendar? For example, I don't know, even do you use Windows or something?
Right. Why would a reptile worship the sun? I think you're being sarcastic, right?
I think so, yeah.
Right. They love the sun. They love the heat. Because they got cold hearts.
Yeah.
Cold-blooded.
And here comes, we have Saturday, Sunday, right? Weekends, right? Weekends, end of the week. You are weak at the end of the week. Weekdays, after all those days you were at work for a whole week, and then you're resting, right? Like God. That's how
we're getting to it, Sam. It's impossible to just jump right into it with JK.
Yeah.
he has other things that he has to get addressed before he can allow himself to get into the material. But before we go on too much more, Jamie's got something here. On Space Force website, they have one reading recommendation, and it is Enoch, the Book of the Watchers. The people in Space Force are called Guardians. Just weird.
Yeah. Guardians. Not the guardian angels, not the guardian angels, but guardians. That's how it's perverted, We are seeing similarities, but exactly their opposition.
Right. But we do need to get to the Book of Enoch here.
Yeah, I have angelology as well. I can bring it. I think I will bring it during one of the future streams when I'll be talking about the Holy Trinity, because Sabrina, there is very interesting thing in the matter of 9 circles of angels. They are divided in 3. They're called triads, and they are 3 trees, three trinities, trinities of trinities. That's very nice, but I will be speaking about this later in more details. But I assume it will be when I'll be speaking about the Satan short season in one of the future streams.
He says that, but this is going to be a forever series. We're never going to finish the book.
No, I think we finishing soon. Enoch.
We'll see. Welcome everybody to one Enoch part 10,143.
+1.
It's been a long road, but we're getting there. We're almost there.
That's the third part, right? Right. All right, let's go back to the Vatican. So we speed up a bit.
Fuck the Vatican. What do we got to do to say at the Vatican? Fuck them all.
I want to show people, why I think that the Vatican is Luciferian. Why they shouldn't.
Everybody here already knows that, though.
Right.
If you don't fucking know,
you are retarded. As simple as that. Yeah. Right.
Oh,
so
yeah, I think I posted it in the video description. You're on YouTube. Yeah, it should check the video description. The top link will be his Odyssey. That's where he posts videos.
Yes.
The JK has tried to do a lot of interviews, and something always goes wrong. But for some reason, he has been able to make it on to all of mine. And
exactly.
This is where you'll get to actually hear him. He posts a lot of other work that coincides with stuff that he wants to share and mirror. But this is where you get to hear from the man himself.
Because I had options before, to be featured on different channels, but something always was going wrong. Always, every single time, So it's kind of like a lucky thing, with Booma. Yeah. Right. I just go quickly to the rest of the points, and we go to the topics in the Enoch 1, chapters 37, 71.
That'd be good.
Yep. Why Pope created and supports 10 new commandments for Mother Earth. That's the I think 11. Why Vatican owns gold, which is part of the newborn baby weight maritime law contract created with the birth certificate. Why in the Vatican there is obelisk in the center of the St. Peter Square, which symbolizes phallus of old God. 12 or 13 parts were collected, but 13 part, which was phallus, could not be found. Why there is Pope, red Pope, great Pope, and black Pope? Why Pope wears red leather shoes, which symbolizes pedophilia and child rape? Why on the Pope's robe there are triangles, which symbolize pedophilia with boys? Why bishops in the Vatican wear crimson, violet, scarlet cloths of gold, the same color as scripture describes whore of Babylon and the Antichrist? That's the good question, right? Why the same color? Why there are pine cones which symbolize pineal gland in multiple places in the Vatican, including Pope's staff? Why Pope wears papal tiara in a shape of the fish? Why telescope in the Vatican has name Lucifer? Why Vatican hides fact related to the pedopriests, moves them to different churches, and sweep those facts under the rug? Why in Roman Catholic Church there are prayers to Maria if Jesus addressed it and mainly prohibited it? Why in Roman Catholic Church there is Mary the Virgin statue with a snake below her feet? Supposedly it's a statue of Maria, but it was prohibited by God anyway, right? We shouldn't be praying to any things, just by God directly. And to be honest, this statue of Maria with the snake below her feet is nothing about the connection to the crushing with the heels, the heads of the snakes and so on. This exactly symbolizes Echidna, old goddess, which is called Echidna. It was Lady of the Lake. Remember the King Arthur and the sword? That was exactly the one, Echidna, mother of the spirit. As well, Lilith, it's one and the same. It's all one evil spirit, right? That's why I'm not Roman Catholic. I'm Christian. Let me read what Sabina wrote.
And welcome, Shalom Girl. Been seeing you pop up every once in a while. Hope you're doing well.
Happy New Year's Eve, yeah. Yeah, exactly. 1st of April. It'll be soon. Right. Okay, let's go to the topics in the Enoch 1, chapters 37-71, right? They are 3 parables. Enoch receives 3 prophetic visions regarding the last one, the final judgment. And the topic is the elect one, Messiah. A pre-existent Messiah figure is revealed. That's mentioned about this. You can read it about it. It's pretty interesting. The Son of Man, the Messiah, is titled Son of Man, sitting on a throne of glory. Another topic, which is kind of interesting. Judgment of the kings, the mighty kings of the earth, will be judged for persecuting the righteous one, the good ones, because they are of the devil. That's why those supposed kings today we have in governments, right? They are persecuting the good people, normal people, because they are of the devil, unfortunately. The other topic is the resurrection of the dead. Sheol gives the dead for the judgment. So they are in the Sheol and they are sent for the judgment from there. Another topic is righteousness prevails. The elect and the righteous are chosen, and evil is removed. And next topic is angelic hosts. Enoch sees thousands and thousands and thousands of angels praising the Lord of Spirits. And next topic is melting mountains. Mountains of metal represent the earthly powers. Melt like wax before the chosen one. That's pretty interesting. That's very graphic, I would say. It's really worth to read it. And the language is pretty nice. So you will like it. And the next one is divine wisdom. Wisdom finds no place to dwell on earth and returns to heaven. Then there is final judgment. The secrets of the righteous are revealed and sinners are punished. And next topic is what was that? Enoch. Yes, Enoch, son of man. That's why I don't get it. Because son of man is usually related to Christ, right? I just can't square it. Maybe someone knows why Enoch was called son of man. I just can't grasp my mind around this subject.
I think
But
we did
whatever.
look
If
it
you
up
know
on the
something,
last one, but there's a difference between the way that Jesus referred to himself as the Son of Man.
yes. So son of man mainly is divine. So did he become divine as well? Like, I don't know, like an angel kind of God or something? I have no idea what to do about this subject.
I don't know what you would call Enoch. I mean, I wouldn't call him an angel. I wouldn't call him divine, but he has him and what was the other one? Elijah.
Yeah, Elijah.
Those were the two that never faced death.
Yes.
That is like in a league of its own. Not nearly above Christ by any means or anything like that.
That's why possibly they will be the ones that the witnesses will come back later to earth and will die.
Right. And you could argue that they're here in and out of existence different times doing stuff. I don't know. It's
hard to say, man.
Don't want to get away from scripture and stuff like that, but it's like the idea that they never face death is so they still have their original body, or like they just don't age. Like that's some stuff where it's interesting about
how it works. I have no idea. Maybe there are some assumptions, people come to the conclusions, but it's very interesting. All right, All right, the next one is the new earth. The earth is cleansed and the righteous inherit the earth, inherit this new earth, right? The next topic is vindication. The righteous shine like a lights and wicked are destroyed. And the next point is the role of the angels. Angels act as what was that?
Grace.
Okay. So God gave them the power, and they act as agents of judgments, and they record the human deeds, whatever we have done. They are the ones who collecting the data and passing to God. But I don't know why, because God knows everything. So that's like a strange for me. It was kind of strange for me as well. I don't know what to do with it, because God knows everything. So why they would be collecting that for us later to show us? I have no idea. If someone knows something about it, please let me know, because I still didn't make up my mind about it, what to do with this particular topic of the book. And the next one is no mercy for sinners. The wicked receive no grace, as they have disgraded the Lord of Spirits. Right.
Wow.
So that's how it looks like. Excuse me. So I cut a lot because I want to really kind of speed up a bit with this, because when I was seeing that, I knew it would take probably 3 or 4 more streams. So I just gutted the topic, don't want to go too deep, right? Now we can go to the book 3, which is called The Astronomical Book, as well known as a Book of Heavenly Luminaries, or Ethiopic Book of Enoch. Chapters 72, 82, 37, 71, 72, 80, yes, chapter 72, sorry, I just can't remember. I know I have it somewhere written down below, and I did update some stuff, Booma, because I couldn't remember all the stuff. So
the astronomical book, just in summary, looks like it covers heavenly luminaries, calendars, and solar/lunar courses.
Mainly deals with the luminaries, stars, and timekeeping, right? Yeah. And this book deals specifically with the, what was called? Laws of Luminaries. That's the one, yeah. Laws of Luminaries. So it provides detailed explanation of the sun, moon, stars, which follow the divine and unchanging and rigid paths. So it's all by the design. So they are moving around us. We are not moving around them. That's why it's not a globe. It's a flat because
you,
stuff is going
believe
around
in an
us.
Earth-centric model.
Yes, yes.
As opposed to the sun.
Earth is in the center instead of heliocentrism.
That's
so
right.
It's the opposition, right? So, but yeah, people believe it. If they believe it, they believe it. They have to look into it themselves, right? So in this book, we have a divine order of the luminaries. So the sun and the moon and the stars are obedient to God, moving in the preset paths. Yes, that's how I can say it. Preset paths that regulate the days, the months, and the years. The next one is 364 days calendar. The true year is established as 364 days, enabling perfectly aligned Sabbats and festivals. The solar calendar, right? There is a claim in this part that the angel Uriel reveals a 364 solar calendar. So that's why I don't get it. Why it's solar? Yeah. Solar calendar is different from the lunar calendar, later used by the mainstream Judaism, right? But yet so-called Jews still use old calendar, and they count differently, in different way, months and even years, right? I know we should be going by the moon calendar, which has 28 days, 13 months, which give us exactly 364 days. Because if you multiply 28 by 13, it's exactly 364, and plus one godly day, one day for God.
You say we should go by the moon calendar?
Yeah, not sun. Yep.
So you don't believe? So do you believe the moon is real?
Moon is, it's not I don't think so. It's physical. I know it has been placed in the firmament by God. So it's one of the luminaries.
You believe God placed it?
Yeah.
You don't believe it's a hollow structure?
No, I don't. Not coming from the part of different planet, quote mark, or whatever, or base for the aliens or whatever crap they come with, right? No moon landing.
If God put it there, though, why is there only one side that faces us?
No idea. I think because that's how it's explained in the book of Enoch, because sets the paths, how they are going, the same as sun. If we supposedly are going around the sun, as so-called science claim, right? And everyone can see black spots on the sun. So if we are going in a year exactly around the sun, so why the fuck we can only see all the time the spots, the black spots in the same places? Why we don't see other side of the sun if we are going around, right? Yeah.
Damn, it's a real psyop, okay? The idea is it's like the Truman Show, where they literally monitor us from the moon. And there's prisons up there, and the Nazis are there, and they're watching us with the reptilians. And it's hollow, okay? There's people living inside of it.
It could be, possibly there could be something, in the earth. Maybe it is hollow. Maybe they're living there fallen angels. Who knows? I've heard
we got hollow earth. We got a hollow earth. Or even if you think it's flat, there could be something underneath.
Yes,
where there's like cavernous, honeycomb, space in there.
And I really believe that the center of the earth is so-called North Pole.
Right.
So
it's a legit thing. There's a lot of stories about the moon, but the idea that it was placed there the idea was in a lot of the psyops or a lot of the UFO kind of stuff, alien stuff, is that it was placed there to fuck with us and monitor us. And when you think about it, So like in certain moon cycles causes parasites to rise up. So when you're doing certain cleanses and whatnot, if you time it right and you take the right things during these times, the parasites become more active and you can kill more of them. But at the same time, people tend to, on a full moon, act a little loonier. That's where we get the loony bin, lunar.
Yep.
People act a little bit differently, so the moon affects us in certain ways. So there's all kinds of freaking stories.
Look, for example, pure biology, right? Why the woman's monthly cycle is 28 days, roughly, right? Not why not 31 days or 30 days? It's usually 28 days, right? So it's nature. So
you
it's
mean hollow?
Which one?
I don't know. Damn, are you
Hollow
talking
Earth.
about?
I'm saying that there could be entrance, and some entities could be living below so-called North Pole, which I consider as a center of the Earth.
Right, you're talking about the Earth.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know.
I don't know. I was never there. We aren't allowed to go there. You can't just go on your own. Look into Antarctic Treaty. Look each country. That was only freaking one treaty in the history signed by so many countries, but was not even once broken. Why? And those countries are supposedly enemies to each other. So why it was never broken? Ask proper questions and look into it.
And then Sam, when you want to ask a question, JK, go ahead and put JK : question. You say it's a genuine question towards JK, but this is the only question that I find, and then you have LOL after it. That's not genuine.
Yeah, I don't know if it's hollow. I'm just saying. I'm not like saying that it's fully empty, fully hollow. Some entities could be living there. I have no idea. I was never there. None of us was there. But there is a
girl. I guess he also gave us the moon so that we'd howl at the moon and go loony.
Yeah.
We'll go lunar every once in a while, huh? What the fuck? Do you think the moon is hollow, JK?
No, I don't think so. Okay. No, I don't think so. Moon is hollow. I don't.
But you don't believe it's flat either?
I don't know what it is. No one knows what it is.
A flat face, since you believe in a flat Earth.
I have no idea. I can tell you that if you check, if you look for the map, right, to the flat Earth map, and you compare it to the moon, it's like a reflection of the Earth. So that's pretty interesting. Look into it. What you see on the moon, those shapes, they look like a reflection of the flat Earth. If it's made up, I don't know, but looks like that's the reflection. Look into it. It's pretty interesting. It blew up my mind a couple years ago. I'm like, whoa.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Right.
We would like to have some of these discussions. I know some people are like, just stick to the scripture and what we know or what the Bible says. Well, the Bible doesn't tell how to do heart surgery and some of these things either.
Yeah,
so
exactly,
we have to speculate. So if you don't like these conversations, then I don't know what to tell you.
I know what to tell you. Bye.
There you go. We're pulling no punches anymore on D Booma San.
You are crazy people, so we are going all over places always. And we are just not sticking to one subject because conversation brings what conversation brings. And we always go and very often go off topic because something is related to the subject of the matter, right?
Right. And people have questions, and some of this stuff sparks those questions by having these conversations. We're talking about luminaries, like literally talking about like stars and
stars, moon, exactly. It was placed by God. We are not flying on the freaking on this ball through the galaxy, Milky Way, billions or whatever freaking miles per minute, and we can still see the same place, stars, which they have been seen thousands of years ago. How the fuck is possible? if everything is running with different speed, right? Make it make sense. It doesn't make any sense. You have to believe it, and scientism tells you to believe, and you believe. It's on you, not on me, right?
Yeah, maybe someday we will have a panel discussion on flat Earth and stuff, but not today. Not today.
Maybe you know what? That will make too much flame war. Maybe let's make a presentation what Bible says about the shape of the Earth and how Earth looks like. We can go this way.
All right.
All right. Where was I? I was talking about the 28 days, 13 months, right? There is to this exactly, there's another related topic. It's related to the origin of the names of the weeks, months, and from where they came up. Exactly, the origins, right? You know what? I think it would be a good idea to bring lunar calendar and how days and months should be counted if you are on this topic. Yeah. Let me find it quickly. Give me a second.
All right. You got a picture of that calendar is what you're saying?
No, I have no picture.
What's interesting is many megalithic sites have measurements associated with the moon. Also, the 4,500-year-old USA mound, Poverty Point, has identical astrological and measurements to Great Pyramids.
Yes,
there's definitely stuff like that going on that is very interesting to get into.
There is pi, there is phi, there is everything, all measurements. There is a golden ratio. All of it is there. By accident? I don't freaking think so.
Right, and then they try to like make us feel like we are the smartest generation ever because we have this technology.
Right.
we have Google and all this shit. And you see the way that they did this stuff, whether it's the pyramids or like the way that it was set up and the like they understood ley lines. How the fuck did they know all that shit?
Exactly.
How did they know all that shit?
Yeah, which we are now
way back
discovering.
then, and now we're like a bunch of retards.
And we are the advanced one, like you said, right? That's a joke. Nothing new under the sun. That's what it is.
There we go.
Yeah, the roundness of the moon is not there. Yeah.
Is as the roundness of heaven.
Yeah.
I didn't know that there was a reference to the shape of heaven. Interesting. The roundness is as the roundness of the heavens, and the amount of the roundness of the two is the same.
So it doesn't say it's globe, it's round, but round doesn't mean globe, right?
It's a flat heaven. Now it's a flat earth, it's a flat heaven.
No. Heavens, I would say they are firmament, they are kind of like an arc.
Everything's flat.
No, heavens are not.
We are 2D beings.
There's a dome, right?
Oh, Lord.
Dome cannot be flat by definition. Yeah.
But I appreciate this, Cheryl. That was
very good, very good. Thank you. Yeah.
Thank
I didn't want to. You see, but it's good. So people wanna have details. I could bring it as well, but I cut a lot, man. Yeah. But thank you for that. I appreciate it.
Yep.
Yeah, I'm glad you brought it. Yeah. Okay, I found the days of the week, and I have it. So they have been named after pagan gods. Another reason.
After what kind of gods?
Sorry?
You said
they were pagan gods. Pagan gods. Pagan.
Okay,
Sorry, my English is not my native language.
I got you,
Thank you for correction and asking.
Because the subtitles are not going to catch. They don't catch everything you say, bro.
Yeah, I know. Okay, tell me to slow down, because when I start speaking about topic, I know I'm starting speeding up a lot. Yep. So tell me, JK, fucking slow down. That's
fucking
it.
Slow down.
Yeah. Pagan, yeah.
That's fucking say no.
I don't know why people love this so much,
It's the perfect fucking accent to say these various phrases, man. You can't say it any better than what you say it. I fucking love it.
I don't know why it cuts so much, but okay.
Fuck subtitles. We just want to hear it how he says it.
Maybe later.
That's the way it goes.
All right. Right. Yes, exactly. 13 months, 13 multiplied 28, it's 364. Was that? All right. Heart, wings. Okay.
This is the
synergy. Nice.
This is Sabrina's.
Mm-hmm.
Heart fire up synergy, baby.
Very good. Very good. I like it.
Product placement.
Very good. This kind of product placement, I agree with 100%.
I do love that Tumblr. That's a fucking awesome Tumblr. JK, fucking slow down for fuck's sake.
Right. Okay, I will try. I will try to speak a bit slower. Okay.
We're just having some fun.
So we could say that another reason why globally, right, quote marks, of course, for me, Latin has been replaced with English because it's further deception. So we would not see the truth.
Right. I think that's why the best rap is in English, right?
Mhm.
I mean, not that we would have this conversation.
No, I think for rapping better
game,
is
well, there's so many rhymes in the English language, but
right.
like you're saying, it's a deceptive thing. So you can manipulate words
Yes.
in the English language, I think, easier than any other language.
It's
But
English mainly is double
is this
speak.
something? What Psyop channel 13 is saying? 28 days in a month, 13 months times 28 equals 364.
Yeah, that's what I was referring to exactly. That's why months should have 28 days, like a lunar
Right.
month.
So I'm told that, I mean, I don't get into the signs so much, but I'm told that I'm a Scorpio. But am I really? Because they're taking away a month from us.
No, then everything will be shifted and moved.
Right.
So we would need to find the calendar for the 28 days month.
They might be doing that for people that actually get into that, to have their telling you what you are shape who you are.
Could be
mind control.
Could be.
But
yeah,
it is what it is.
And people believe it, because some people just base their life on the horoscope, all this crap, signs and symbols. It's just not really good, right? Yeah, I agree with that.
It's Franklin, yo. Yeah, I knew it. I knew it based on your picture, but I wasn't absolutely certain. But thank you, Franklin. Yes, this is the one that's
Psycho channel. That's a good name for the channel. We are all psycho over here, so you are in the good company,
But
right, let's go back.
This is supposed to be the 13th sign. I've heard that.
13th sign. Yeah.
And a menstrual cycle is every 28 days. I think you covered that a little bit.
Yes. Yeah, I did. So, and I bring even more, stuff later. Yeah, about the bones in our bone structure. Yeah, I'll bring it later. All right, let's go back to the deception, right? So we wouldn't see the truth, right? I remember at this time, it was too hard for Christians to change it, right? Because there was not a lot of Christians at that time yet, so we did not have enough influence, and that's what just stuck with us, right? Those days, those freaking names, pagan gods, and so on, so far. Really, we were a small group at this time, so we didn't have a lot of influence, unfortunately. Yeah, the Roman Catholic Church used it as to make it easier for the people, right, to accept the Catholicism, because it was mixed with the pagan names. So people already knew them, they were believing in them. It was easier for them to transition from the, let's say, old faith, pagan faith, to the new, quote mark, Christian faith, which wasn't Christian, it was Catholic faith, right? So we have Sunday, which is sun, dies solis, day of the sun, honor of the name called Sol, as well called Sunni Digar, Sunna's Day, or Sun's Day. And the metal with it related is gold. Monday, it's Dies Lunae, Day of the Moon, Moon Money, Moon's Day, and the metal is silver. Tuesday, it's Mars, God of War Mars, the Day of Mars, TYR, or TIW, or Thieves Day, and the metal is iron. Wednesday, it's Mercury, Dies Mercury, Odin, or Wooden, or Wooden's Day, and the metal is quicksilver. And the next day is Thursday, which is Jupiter, Dies Jovi, with the letter V, Thor, Thursday, Tin, the metal is. Friday, Venera, Venus, Dies Veneris, Frigg, Frigg's Day, Copper. And Saturday is Saturn, Saturni, Saturni Dies, Day of the Saturn, Saturn's Day, Lead. So there should be, you know what? Maybe I give it for people, so they will know where I'm coming from. I will post it for everyone to see. I'll switch over for a second.
I also added a little banner at the bottom so that everybody knows what book we're on and where we're at. I don't have to play it the whole time if it starts annoying people, but we got the astronomical book. We're covering the heavenly luminaries, calendars, and solar/lunar courses. So when you're ready to move on to the next book, we can cover that too. Oh man, that is, we're talking about luminaries, and yes, Shalom Girl was known as Moon when she was the babysitter for little Elon Musk. Wow, that's a little bit wild, right?
All right, that's covered. TYR, Tuesday, right? Tuesday. So you can see how they change, from the old gods to the modern. So it's still pagan practices, pagan practices. And we are living in it. So we have to know the roots of those things because, unfortunately, we are still kind of worshipping old pagan gods. Even just saying the days or the months or whatever. Yeah, I bring the months now. There should be 13 months. From my perspective, the first month should be April, because logically speaking, why the fuck you would have start of the year when everything is dead during winter time? I think the start, new beginning, right, should be when everything wakes up to life, like spring, right? Just April. That's why beginning of the year is called 1st of April, which is what? April's Fool, because they mock us. It's as simple as that.
Didn't you say earlier though that we should have I don't know if you call it Shabbat on Saturday?
Yes.
But isn't that Saturn? Isn't that Satan's day?
Yes, but I'm talking about the God when God was resting, because when God was resting, of course they perverted the day, right?
Okay, yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah,
just like they
always go opposite. Yeah. Thank you for question. Yeah, so I think that's good to clarify those kind of things. Okay, the second month should be May, the 3rd June, and in June we have exactly June 17th, the leap day, like every 4 years, right? So they knew about it already. It's exactly 364 plus 6 hours, yes, each year. Yeah, so good. Right. The next one should be Sol, July, which comes from the Julius Caesar, right? And the next one,
July comes from Julius Caesar.
Yes.
Wow.
Yep. So imagine how much power he fucking had to name after him the name of the month, right?
Damn, man.
Yeah.
Caesar had freaking power, like worldly power, of course. Give unto Caesar what is Caesar's. Give to God what is God's.
It's all in plain sight, We have to freaking. I'm always saying that their language is sign and symbols. It's on us to decipher what they are saying, because then we will understand and later will comprehend. Stamp day, JK. Why stamp day?
Sam, are you waving, or you raising your hand because you have a question?
I think she's giving money. That was a bunch of money, in the hand.
Throwing.
Yeah,
making it rain. Make it rain, Sam.
It's just because she is throwing dance, Booma, dance.
What's up, JRM? You hardly ever come in here, brother. Good to see you.
Right.
Yes, she's waving at people.
So we have gone to the.
Very
okay,
friendly.
sorry. Go on.
Shalom Girl is a crazy, interesting story. If people don't know about her, she. Do you know about Shalom Girl, JK? I'd be shocked if all the information that you share, you don't know who Shalom Girl is.
No, I don't.
She was the babysitter of Elon Musk when he was very little, working in May Musk's home. And
really?
Yes.
Okay.
And little Elon pulled her into the abyss, like she was saying earlier. They call it a portal, and she saw, from my understanding, Shalom Girl, and I might not have it all right, but I did watch her testimony. And he brought her in, and she went by Moon at the time. He was like, Moon, come play with my friends. Pulled her into this demonic abyss, and like, you know how you see like the human bodies with like a bird head and stuff like that, and
Yes,
the Egyptian
yes.
hieroglyphs and whatnot. She saw figures like that, and they were getting ready to like destroy her or whatever, and she grabbed him and like held on to him tight and got it the heck out of there by saying Jesus Christ's name.
Wow,
and asking for his
that's
name.
interesting. I need to hear more about it. You have to give me a link later to the testimony.
You'll want to check that out.
Yeah,
and,
definitely.
She was told Elon Musk will bring forward the mark of the beast, I believe. You can correct me if I'm wrong, Shalom Girl, but I believe that's what you said when you asked if he was the Antichrist, and they said no, but he's going to bring forward the mark of the beast.
I think, yes.
And that my question would then be is if that's their faux revelation, like them, their idea of bringing it forward before God intends. That would be a question I'd have for you if I were able to chat with you. But anyways, she was talking about luminaries, and she literally went by Moon at the time.
Right. Look, they could be working with him, you know, because that's how it looks like for me. Why the fuck he had the what was that? He had the armor of the devil, remember? On the Halloween? It was 2 years ago or 3 years ago. Yeah.
Yes. And then everybody said, all the fake truthers were saying that he was trolling them, and I'm like, and then the idea of some people were saying Elon 2.0, they replaced him, and I'm like, okay, so you replace Elon 1.0 with 2.0, and then
the same evil.
Then you got to replace May Musk. You've got to replace all their workers. You got to replace everybody that has any idea that this isn't the original. And it's just like, man, it gets so freaking crazy.
That's why he changed Twitter. I don't call it Twitter, I call it Twitter with the X, because it was something. So now it's different. So it's X Twitter, right? No longer like a X-Men. They were men, no longer men, right?
Right.
No longer from God. Okay.
Right.
Oh, that's interesting connection, man. Right. That's mind blowing.
Penny Lane.
That's mind blowing. Yeah.
Beatles song.
Mm-hmm.
The Beatles were the Tavistock Institute, and man, I gotta admit, I went through Beatlemania when I was in college, man, and I freaking loved the Beatles for many years. It was the way that I countered the Eminem and the hard rock and stuff that I was listening to, and then you find out it's just all fucking part of the
I definitely need to watch stuff from Shalom Girl. I get very intrigued.
You definitely want to check it out and see what she has to say. But yes, Elon Musk went from being a bald, like 18, 19-year-old at PayPal to now having a full head of hair that looks wonderful. Like, kind of alien shit's going on there.
Right. Okay, let's go back to the months, right? So the next one is Augustus as well. Caesar, right? Augustus. How he was freaking powerful that to name month after him.
Yeah. Augustus.
So a lot of influence, right? And we still use those months even today. We were devil worshippers, and we are still using their names, right?
Water.
Right. So next one is September, October, November, December, 11 month January, February, and 13 month March. I want to bring something about the two witnesses, because we were speaking before about the Elijah and Enoch, right? And according to Bible, they will be on earth for 260 days. So if you divide 260 by 30 or 31, you have like a not equal number. It's always part of the number as well. It's not equal. So it will be 45 months, but Bible says 42 months, right? When you have 28, it's a bit different. Because 28 days in a month. So why I say there should be 13 months? Because September is 9 months, right? September is 9 months. But Sept is 7, right? So why the fuck it's 9? Right? You see the deception? Another one is October, which is in today's life 10 months, but oct is 8, not
Right.
fucking 10, right? Okay, octagon, for example, 8, right?
Right.
November, nov, it's 9, not freaking 11, but for us it's 11, right? And what's the December? The decimal, 10, right? But for us it's 12. What the fuck?
Right.
Deception is everywhere, man. They disconnect us from the earth. That's why, to deceive everyone. So we would not know where are you from, who created us, who created earth, and so on and so far. All deception and lies to confuse people. That's why I'm trying to uncover those small things which they're showing a bigger picture. Look into it and you will just find yourself the truth. I'm not trying to convince you. Don't trust me. Look at it by yourself and get to your own conclusions. Okay, let's go back to the 1,260 days. So 1,060, if you divide it by 28, it's 45 months, right? But if you divide 1,260 by 30, it's 42. But wait a minute, some months have 31, right? So it's very not consistent. There's no consistency at all in it. So like I said before, 13 multiplied 28 is 360, or 64 divided by 28 is 13, plus 1 day for God, so-called godly days. And as we know, your year has 365 days, right? Year should start exactly at the 1st of April, from my perspective. I'm not saying that's definitely correct, but that's how I see it. And I mentioned about this, that that's why they called start of the year, real year, April's Fool, because they mock us. It's straight in your face. Unfortunately, they are pissing in our eyes, and people saying, oh, it's raining. No, they're fucking pissing in our eyes. That's what it is. And the truth is always in plain sight. You have to learn to decipher it. It's on us to understand and later comprehend of what's going on. Yeah, that's a good number. That's a good connection. 1 plus 12, 13, 2 plus 11. Yep. Oh, now we can bring, we have 28 bones in your hand, and they're called as well 28 phalanges, I think. That's the pronunciation. Phalanges, finger bones, anyway. You have 28 finger bones, and that's the number of days in a month. Right? What?
My brother Dean's in the house. Sound for sound, baby. I thought April was considered the first month because April 1st is technically the new year, right?
Yes. Oh, yes, it could be March as well. Yeah, so
could be March
for
as
me,
well.
it's I'm more tilting to the April because they called April's Fool and they mock us. So I'm tilting more to the April than March, to be honest. But it could be March. I'm not saying it's not true. Yeah. When they killed the Caesar, right? Right. I think so. If that's another point, which would be contradiction, because if they killed Caesar in the March, Ease of March, right, and so on, that would be honoring him. If he would start the year with a March, that's my perspective. But March very often is well cold, right? So, for example, plants are blooming, comes frozen air, and everything dies. So March, it's not really very reliable, but April, definitely more sustainable. Definitely looks better. That's my perspective. I don't know, maybe it is March. But anyway, what they tell us about the months, total bullshit. So whatever it is, March or April, I don't care. They lie anyway. That's the bigger picture from my perspective, right? That's what I think, right? So, and we are speaking about the finger bones. It's 28, and we have, listen to it, 52 bones in your feet, which is numbers of weeks in a year. You see, we are connected to it on a very deep level, on a biological level. Even our skeleton is very similar to it, yeah? Response. It's just reflection of it, right? So if you multiply 4 weeks and multiply 4 by 13, which exactly gives you 52, right? Which is 52 weeks in a year. Is there another connection?
Wait,
That's how it looks like.
What'd you say? 4 times 15?
13.
Okay, 13.
Yeah. Because we have 13 months, right? We have 4 weeks, right, in a month, right? And we have 28 days and 13 months. So we can use 4 multiply 13, which gives you 52, which is exactly number of the total weeks in a year, right? But sometimes when you have this 30, 31 days, whatever, you have 51 weeks or 53 weeks in a year. Not steady 52, should be steady 52, right? Julian calendar, yeah. All right, that's interesting. Julian calendar, okay. And who promoted? It was Julian calendar, I think it was Catholic Church, I believe, Vatican. Correct me on that, please. I can't remember exactly. Possibly that could be the case. Yeah. Right. Okay, let's go back. Maybe finish with this topic. Let's go back to the Book of Enoch. But I was thinking, no, it's important to bring this stuff because it's related. So to see. I
usually do take a nap during this time, but I make a special accommodation for JK. I usually work out and take a nap during this time. And then I'm finding that when I drink coffee, it makes me like I have maybe a little bit of energy for a little bit, and then I want to take a nap. So that's probably a sign that I need to.
Booma, you can go get your nap, and I promise I'll be quiet.
Yep, I'll take a nap. Keep on teaching the people.
Okay. Let's go back to the parts of the Enoch, right? So as well, this part speaks about the.
Where are we at? Are we moving on to the next chapter?
No, it's still part of the previous one, the luminaries and
okay.
Yes, and all how the earth is set up, all those things, the seasons and so on.
Cool, because I got my running thing at the bottom so that people know where we're at.
Yes, that's exactly that's what it is. Yes. We are still here, right? I just put another topic as always because always something comes up, right? So yeah, next time I will try to plan it. I will tell you before. Okay, I'm going to bring this, bring that, and so on, because now I needed to find it, and it took me a while. So yeah. Next time I try to, what I might think I might bring next time I was speaking about this stuff, and then I give you topics. That is hard to predict. Always my mind goes different ways. So yeah. Anyway, so as well in this part, which is on the bottom of the screen, we have 6 portals of the sun. The sun rises and sets through 6 distinct numbered portals in the east and west, shifting through a year. And the next topic in this part is length of days and nights. The sun's movement through these portals causes the day to lengthen or shorten. Yeah, lengthen or shorten, changing by fixed increments. That's how it's described over there. And as well, yeah, it's perfect because now we are going to 4 seasons, right? That's another topic in this part. The year is divided into 4 seasons, corresponding to the solstices and the equinoxes defined by the sun passage to the portals. So portals are involved. That's why we have those 4 seasons connected to all the solstices, equinoxes, and that's how it goes according to Book of Enoch, and that makes sense from my perspective. Right. Give me a second. I need to drink something because I'm speaking too much. I'm getting really freaking dry.
Slow the fuck down, JK.
Very good, thank you. Yeah. All right. let's go back to the stuff. And as well, we have 4 seasons, and we were talking about the sun, and now we'll be speaking about the moon and the moon's phases. The moon is smaller than the sun, with its light waxing and waning over 28-29 day cycle, then disappearing for 1 day. And we have moon's movement. The moon also uses the 6 portals as the sun, but its cycle is often out of sync with the solar year, causing it to kind of lag and stay a bit behind. And we have in this book, in this part, we have mentioned about the 12 winds. They are stationed at the ends of the earth, with 3 for each corner. So the question is, how the fuck you can have a corner on the globe? You can't. The Bible says it.
It's just the way they thought about it in their brains.
Yeah, you can't have corner on the globe, man. On the sphere, it's possible.
Maybe
Right.
they flattened it out in their minds and thought like on a map, 2D dimensions, and that's the way they thought about it.
No, that's what Enoch says. What he's seen, you know. So if it's reliable,
Don't get Dean started. Dean's a flat earther. We'll get JK and Dean talking about flat earth the whole rest of the time. But Sam's wanting to know, JK, what is your favorite season?
My favorite season, the next one.
You're just always looking forward to the next season.
Yes.
I can understand that, because you get into the season, you're like, oh, I'm so happy that, like, you know, to see.
If you get into a certain age, you know,
spring's so great, and it's like, all right, now I'm looking forward to summer, and then you get into summer, it's like, damn, it's hot. Now I'm looking forward to fall.
Yeah.
The fall leaves are so nice, and then all the fall leaves are gone, and then it's like, it's time for winter. Let's see some snow. Let's have some snow for the holidays or whatever it is, and then next thing you know, you're like ready for it to warm up again.
Mm-hmm. Look, when you get to the certain age, every day is a blessing, you know. I am oldest than the oldest mountains on the earth, you know.
all right. I didn't know it was a full moon tonight. Damn, I gotta get ready to turn into a werewolf.
Okay. Libra pink moon, okay.
Gonna get crazy.
They always bring some shit when there is a full moon or novium or whatever. They always do some shit. Something happens. Yeah. Well, they are cultists. What can you do? They are who they are. Right. So we're talking about the 12 winds, right? Yeah. All right. So we have east, west, south, and north. Yeah. And the connection here. We have news, right? World news. That's the exactly parts of the world. That's why they use, because they get information supposedly from each part of the world, north, east, west, south. That's why it's called news cycle. Right?
Shit, I never saw that before.
I know.
North, east, west, south spells news. What the fuck?
Yeah.
I've never known about that shit. Oh my god.
All is inside the symbol. That's why I really love it. You know, I really get into nitty-gritty this shit. Because all is in front of our eyes. Everything is there, man. Everything, literally everything. They have to do it. They have to.
But when did news come into like the lexicon? Because we think of like the gospel as the good news.
Oh, that's a good question. To be honest, I have no clue.
So it's the good news
to this question.
Spreading to all 4.
Let me check it.
Oh dear Lord, all you flat earthers.
Oh fuck.
I don't fucking know is my answer, and it's not something I want to fight about. But
okay, that supposedly into the English lexicon came into the 14th century. New thing, supposedly. New, likely influenced by the Middle French, nouvelle. New things or tidings. Medieval Latin nova. All right.
Interesting.
All right. Okay, I didn't know it. Okay, good. I have learned something new today. Very good. Okay, let's go and proceed further. So yeah, good. I was able to make it strange. I knew for you the news. That's the good news. I surprised you. Let's go further.
Yeah, I had never ever.
Mhm.
If I did, then I completely it got mind wiped like Men in Black. Just bloop,
Yeah,
took that away
man.
from me.
Look, on the every day, every single day, on daily basis, we are looking into things on the things and so on, and we just take them as they are because we think they are what we think they are. They are not. Everything is not what you think it is. The whole world does not work as you think it does. Anything, pharmakia, banking system, legality system, commerce, birth, maritime law, churches, religions, governments, everything is not what you think it is. When you look into it deep enough, for long enough, you will see all is fucking lie. Everything, no exceptions.
How dare you, April? I feel like you're insulting me.
All right,
You
very
go to
good.
elementary school.
So she just bashed you.
I mean, I can't say that I always paid attention in school. I did really well in school, but I just got really good at memorizing the day before tests. And
Right.
I was a good writer, so I could get away with stuff because I had a writer's mind, so I could get away with like essays and stuff like that. But you learned that in elementary school, huh? And I'm 44 now, and I'm just learning it. Are you insulting me, April?
Nah, not at all.
Talk to the hand. Oh goodness. That's funny. That's funny.
All right. Let's go further. In as well, there is a description of the 7 mountains and rivers. Mainly, the Earth is described, shown as having what was that? 7 distinct massive mountains and 7 great rivers. The description next one is about the star navigation. Stars have their own courses and paths. So it's not the freaking Earth which is moving, but the stars are moving. So luminaries in the sky, in the firmament. That's what it is. But when you believe in the globe Earth, that's unfortunately you think opposite. And it's just contradiction to the scripture. So it's on you. I'm trying to show you what it is. News is Masonic term. We see what kind of points in the world. Yeah,
It's also an acronym.
could be. Yeah. Could be the case. I'm not saying it's not. I would need to look deeper into it.
Before we go any further, though, because
Right.
it's been brought up a couple times by Franklin, what do you mean we're going to be flying around the moon? What does that
We'll be
even
flying around the moon on April Fool. It's a joke, clear joke.
Is it a clear joke? Is it? Probably.
Okay, let me just stay for a minute. I just rolled the cigarette, right? Give me a second.
We're going to be flying around the moon on April Fools. It's all good. I'm just giving you a hard time. It is impressive, though. Maybe that teacher wasn't.
He was thinking that April was thinking that you're messing with him, but now he's messing with you.
Now we're all fucking messing with each other. April's messing with me.
Now you're even Steven, right? Not Dorian.
Artemis launches tomorrow. Breaking news.
Right.
NASA's
All right,
Artemis
so let's go back to
2
the
launches to orbit the moon tomorrow. Oh, that's the reference. NASA's Artemis 2, huh? That'll be fun to watch how fake and gay that looks.
fake and gay. Yeah. Always like fake and gay. Gay.
Fake and gay. Let's all watch that. I'm gonna work. Let's watch the Artemis launch live together and call it fake and gay because it definitely will be. The first time I watch a SpaceX, is it SpaceX that has the rockets and they come back down and land?
Yes, from Elon Musk. Yeah.
That's the SpaceX ones. Yeah, Starlink is the satellite. SpaceX. The first time they showed one of those damn things come back and allegedly land, they cut away right before it actually landed, and it looked fake as shit, like CGI and stuff. And then Elon even says, "We know it's so real because it looks so fake."
He was talking about this about the car in the space. That was the reference. when he said,
Oh, that was a reference to
yes,
that
to the, yeah,
Tesla in space.
yeah. That was
Oh,
it.
I thought that he was talking about his.
It's the same, to be honest. All looks fake and gay. Doesn't matter which one. Right.
But like I said, I watched that live, and then they cut away, and I was like, "Motherfuckers, like you, that looks so fake."
I remember Indian moon landing, right? Remember this shit cartoon? It couldn't be any more obvious, man.
What cartoon?
They made like a freaking moon landing, supposedly India. They landed on the moon, right? Man, it was literally for like a Commodore C64, look like. Literally. You can't make this shit up, Why they do that? Because they mock us. That's the problem, People believe this shit. Oh, look, they landed there. Right. I'm freaking 12-month pregnant, right?
Hey, you can be in the liberal world.
Right. All right, let's go back because we're going again off topic.
Joanne, are you having so much fun? It sounds like you're having so much fun.
Joanna Kozłowska. Nice to meet you. Joann Kozłowski. So it means in Polish language, Joanna Kozłowska. Yeah. Polish descendant, I believe. Polish blood.
Maybe I'm misreading that, but it sounds like you're mad at us for always getting off topic and not getting ahead of staying on course.
That's how we operate, unfortunately. That's how we operate, sorry. It's just on me. It's on
you
me.
can literally go on fucking YouTube and look up fucking one Enoch, and then you can find 5-minute videos, 15-minute videos that tell you the whole fucking thing. Not thoroughly, but we are having fun here on a live stream and hanging out with our fellow brothers and sisters here in the chat. We love having a good time, and we bring in other conversations into this as we move ahead.
And the topics, which are connected to this from my perspective. So whenever I come to something and something pops up in my mind, I am steering conversation a different way because I think it might be of benefit for some people, to see connections, which normally people wouldn't even consider to look into it, So I think it could be beneficial for some, not for everyone, definitely, but for some, if someone likes to make a deep dive into so-called conspiracy theories, which are conspiracy truth and facts, I really encourage you. Yeah, I like it. I spend my whole life on this shit. Right. Okay, let's go. So we're talking about the star navigation. Okay, I have to slow down. Sorry. We're talking about the star navigation. Like I mentioned before, they have pre-set up courses and the paths, and they are functioning like, let's say, travelers who rise and set through specific smaller portals, not the one which I mentioned before. There are different portals, the smaller one. Right. And there's as well topic which mentions about the corruption of the calendar. So, okay, that was beneficial when I brought before the calendar, right? How it should look like. So the mainly speaks about the heavenly bodies and are directly affected by the sin of mankind, causing seasons to change or deviate from their proper orderly function. So if we sin, stuff changes around us, unfortunately. And you can feel it yourself very often. When you do bad things, the atmosphere kind of around you getting darkish and strange and not natural. So if there's enough sin, the seasons can change as well.
That's another one of them. I need a soundboard of JK's best sayings. that is one of them. Oh, for fuck's sake.
When did they say it?
Do it, JK.
When did they say it, for fuck's sake? When did they say it?
You say it all the time.
Okay, sorry about that. It's part of my lingo.
Booma streamers. Oh, for fuck's sakes.
Yeah, it's Irish thing because I'm here too long, so and I pretty often say this and they just implemented it in my vocabulary. I don't know how did it come. I just
Popped in all the time.
For fuck's sake.
Hearing it a million times from my Irish people. That's awesome.
Irish influence, right?
Awesome.
Right. Okay, we have as well topic which is related to the sinners and the stars, which is as well known as corruption of the nature. Enoch has been told that the sins of the wicked disrupt the natural order, causing them to mistake, to change the times and the seasons. And because of the sin, the heavenly bodies, they kind of change and readjust their timing, and that's the indication of the disruption of the natural order, which God designed. That's how it should be, but unfortunately it changes, right? Another topic was tablets of the heaven. Enoch read those tablets, right? And they contain all of the secrets of the human history and the celestial motion. And what was there? There was one more thing I remember. Okay, I remember. And there was something about his son Methuselah. Jesus,
Methuselah?
Yeah. Right. I remember. And it's order to relate to his son. His name is Methuselah. Yeah. I remember now. Oh, I just can't remember all the details. Next time I will go even deeper in the more details, because it's a lot of details slipping up from my mind. Sorry about that. And the next one is the role of Uriel. I put the name. Give me a sec. Yeah, that's this one, because there are different names for the fallen angels, and sometimes people mistake those names because they sound very familiar, and even the writing is very, very, very familiar. Yeah. So this part is mainly description of his role, right? What he does.
What's a fallen angel?
No.
This is a
the good one,
angel, right?
Yes, the good one. Yeah.
So this is an Enoch talking about Uriel.
Yes, that's correct.
Okay.
Yeah.
What is Uriel doing?
So mainly, he's kind of like a guide and instructor, a leader, showing stuff. He's showing him all of the secrets of heavenly bodies, and he's kind of confirming the divine authority of the 364 days calendar. Yeah, that's mainly those parts in this part.
Okay, so I got a little bit confused because did you say that there was a spelling of a fallen angel that's similar to Uriel?
Yes.
Can you put that just so we have a distinction? Because that's where I got confused.
Yeah. I need to find it because I don't want to misspell it. Because there's another good one, and I always mix them. That's why I specifically wrote this one down, because I didn't want to confuse it. Let me find it.
Yeah, because I guess if you have the spelling of the good one, I just got it confused there because I know that there was one that has a similar name that's a fallen angel, but I don't know how they spell that one. Just so we're aware, and there isn't confusion, but I can't find it myself.
That's the ones. Uriel and Uriel.
Uriel and Uriel. These are both fallen?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. So I, confuse them always, so not be sure I don't make a mistake because he's not fallen, he is a good one, Yeah, I mix them sometimes, So specifically this one I wrote down. I didn't want to make mistake. So right.
Who's Samyaza?
Samyaza was one of the main fallen angels. He was leader of the fallen angels.
He is the leader.
One of the leaders, yes. There were two. So
he's like the right-hand man to Satan, or what?
They were leaders of this group. I'm not sure. I don't think so. Satan was with them from the very beginning, from the get-go. I think that's my assumption. I assume Later, he joined them because he was higher in the hierarchy, right? Because he was cherubim and one of the highest. He was in the closest circle to God. So if he was already on earth, and I assume he was, I assume he supposedly have taken over power over them because they were beneath him, right? So I think he joined them later. That's my assumption.
We talked about that one, I think, on the first one where we were trying to figure out what people thought as to whether or not the fall of Satan coincided with the fall.
Yes, one-third of angels, Mount of Hermon, right, and one-third of angels dropped down fell off from the sky, right? So yeah, we were talking about this before. So you can watch. I think it was first or second. I can't remember. One of those anyway. So we can watch it later, and there's more details provided over there. All right. So now we can go to the. So I kind of got it. This part. I just wanna speak about in this previous part, the third one. I just wanna speak about the parts of the book and give some short description. And now we can go to the book 4 of 5 books in one Enoch. Right. So now we go to the book 4, which is called Book of Dream Visions, and as well, this part is called Ethiopic Book of Enoch, not Ethiopian, Ethiopic Book of Enoch, and chapters are 83, 90. That's just few chapters.
Here we go, baby. I got the tickers down below. I don't know if you noticed this, but now as we move on to books, I'm putting it down into the bottom of the screen so that people know where we're at in one Enoch. And welcome, Enoch. We have Enoch is present with us right now. Goes by @Moonwalker Skywalker on YouTube. Just so
you are Enoch, right?
Welcome, Enoch.
So yeah, those chapters. So sometimes the previous part is called Dreams and Visions, which really shouldn't be, but there are some overlays. That's why people confuse it a bit. But mainly, the book 4 is called Book of Dreams Visions, and each book is called Ethiopic Book of Enoch. So, and this one, like I said before, chapters from 83 to chapter 90. It speaks about the 2 apocalyptic dreams seen by Enoch, and it was short before his marriage. It was mainly detailing the coming flood and the history of the world from Adam to Maccabeen, right? So from Adam to Maccabeen. I have somewhere all the genealogy, who's when, who married to who, and the next generation and so on, but I need to find it somewhere in my files.
So hold on real quick, just because I pulled this off the internet. It says the Book of Dreams Visions. It says Enoch's dreams about the flood. So he got visions about the flood of Noah, correct? Yeah. And then it says, and this is kind of interesting, it says it's also talking about the future history of Israel.
I don't think so. It's about the
animal symbolism.
I don't think so. It's about the Israel because I think the AI is making this shit up because it depends to which Israel it's referring AI. The Israel really God's chosen people, or Israel to the so-called God's chosen people.
I'm going to change that banner.
There are two different things.
That's a little bit.
Don't trust AI in everything what you read. You have to get into details because there's a lot of confusion. There are Israelites, there is land of Israel, people of Israel, and the God's chosen people of Israel, which are not today Jews who are living in Israel. And people make a lot of confusion about it because they assume, because of the Guai Rhymes and Scofic Bible, which they were both Jesuits, and one of them, I can't remember which one, was Mason as well, and they created Judeo-Christian values and written the Bibles as a God's chosen people, right? So yeah, people believe this shit, unfortunately, and the Catholic Church is promoting this shit as well. Jews as a God chosen people. The real Jew is follower of Christ. The real Jew, not so-called Jew, which lives today in the land of Israel. They are not. They are abomination, and God rejected them. He rejected them because he gave them time of one generation. When Christ died on cross and rise in 33 AD, Anno Domini, he gave them one generation to change their ways, and generation is roughly around 40 years, right? Because you are adult, you have children, family, and so on. And that back in the days, no, it's not genealogy. I was saying at Fox that I have somewhere in my files genealogy of all of the important names. Just somewhere, I don't know which file.
Wait, where did that genealogy come from?
Yeah. What do you mean genealogy come from? So
You
the
say you have genealogy in your files.
Yes,
Where does
because
that come from?
genealogy is mentioned in the Bible. So I sat like a couple of days and I was writing down who was whose son, daughter, mother, father, and so on. So I just made a kind of tree of it. I spent quite a bit of time on the stuff.
Right. It lays it out in the Bible, though, right?
Yes,
I mean,
yes.
all the way through the line of David.
But when you read it, you won't really remember who is with who, because it's too many names.
Right.
But when you write it down and make a genealogy, it's very visible, and you can understand and see who was next, right? Because it's much easier this way.
It would be really cool to see a big old mapping of it to see.
I have it somewhere, but I can't remember which file, man. Sorry, I would need to take some time to find it. I know I have it somewhere, but where?
You could give yourself 10 lashings later, JK.
Yeah, I will try to find it later.
I'm so sorry. I'm not finding it in all the material that I have. Probably a freaking JK's probably got like a few libraries all over the place.
We have from the Adam, remember? From the Adam to Noah, we had before Christ, right? The 12 surnames, remember? That was the video about the Hebrew in the beginning.
Yes.
Right. So we have those, but it's much bigger than that. So I have the rest as well. Anyway, let's go back.
Which Bible do you use as your source for the genealogy?
Sorry, say again?
Which Bible do you use for your source?
Any Bible has the same. Even Luciferian Vatican Bible still say the same. There's no change in it at all. So you can use anything, any Bible. I think even Scofield Bible and the Goy Rhymes Bible, they provide the same names and the genealogy. So there is no big differences, to be honest. No differences at all, as far as I know. Anyone knows any difference? Something was... okay, what Bible is my source? Any Bible. Because those names are kept in all versions of Bibles. But I still prefer Geneva Bible, Matthew Bible, and Ethiopian Bible. Yeah, those three, my favorite. Right. I was talking about this before, and I provided for you links. So yeah. Okay, let's go back to those visions, right? So it was the time from the Adam to Maccabean, and as well was talking about the final judgment. So to present it, and exactly this part covers the historical apocalypse. What happened, right? So there is a future and historical apocalypse. In this part of the Enoch's vision of the flood itself, right? It's called as well the flood prophecy. Enoch dreams that the earth is tilting and plunging into an abyss. And it's kind of like a sign of coming, impeding the destruction. Enoch sees a vision in his. I believe it was. I think so. It was in his dream, or maybe it was vision, because he had the dreams and he had the visions. I can't remember which one. But it doesn't matter. He's seen in a vision or in the dream a coming flood, and it was confirming the destruction of the humanity to start over. Like God put the reset button, the one which now Karl Schwab and the other globalists wanna push, right? The great reset.
Slow the fuck down.
Okay.
They're asking. They say you're talking too fast. They said Ethiopian and what?
Ethiopian Bible, Geneva Bible, and the Matthew Bible.
Right, which you'll find all of those down below this video.
Right. Thank you for reminding me. Appreciate it. Yeah, and really, I don't take it in person. Please remind me to slow down. I know I'm speaking very fast. I'm trying my best, but when I'm speaking about topic, I have thousands of thoughts, and I'm trying to just speed it very fast, right? That's how I operate. I know it's my downside, but that's who I am. Sorry about that.
It's all good, brother.
Right. Yeah.
Okay.
What we were talking about. Yeah, about the reset button. Yeah, the Carl Schwab and so on. As well, this part in the book 4 of this Dream Visions, right? It's the one of the points speaks about the God's judgment on humanity, and it's called as well animal apocalypse, and as well can be called the 70 shepherds. Mainly in this part, the heavens scream, but I don't know how to really read it. Is it sound from the heaven, or angels make a sound, or what? I just could not decipher it. What it exactly means. Remember that it was heaven's scream, but in what way? It's a God voice. I don't know. Firmament make a sound, or the angels make a sound. If someone knows, please let me know, because I could not really decipher it. That's just a small detail, but I would like to know it. Thank you. In this part as well, the earth shakes like earthquakes, right? And God prepares to destroy all of the flesh due to the corruption, like Nephilim, yes, and I assume they were creating hybrids as well, and so on and so far, because the knowledge from the fallen angels they were providing for people. Remember I mentioned what they gave people a knowledge. So I think they were able as well to alternate the DNA. That's why people claim the Anunnaki came and they changed human DNA, right? I think so. It was Nephilim, not the freaking Anunnaki, because Anunnaki is all the same shit. The Nephilim, the demons, and the fallen angels. It's all always the same, because all cultures across the earth, they speak about those events, but those events are only spoken about and mentioned, but the Bible describes them and explains them. That's why Bible for me is the source, not the freaking sci-fi channels or whatever. I prefer go to Bible because it's better source for me, more reliable. Okay, where we got now? We got to the shepherds, right? Right. Screaming of the heavens, which I still can't know what it is. Punishment for the corruption.
Does it talk about the length of the punishment?
No, I can't remember. I don't think it was about the length. That was just event, but if it was days or weeks or months, no idea. Yeah. I think it was like a 40 days of the rain, like the Bible says, if I remember correctly. So maybe that's exactly this event, or maybe the future event. Can't tell you. Anyone knows in the chat? Oh, I see someone has a Samyaza Samyaza nickname. You fallen angel.
Samyaza.
Yeah.
There's some interesting ones coming over on YouTube. I can't tell if we're getting bombarded by trolls or if it's something more serious.
Yeah.
I mean, as long as they're not combative, it is what it is. Everybody use your discernment and armor of God.
Of course. Yeah. Okay, so what was that? I remember it was something about the 70 angelic shepherds. Oh, okay, I remember now. Right. God gives them like a kind of entrusts the Israel, which was the previous Israel, right? Which was God's chosen people, which was the previous covenant, right? The old one before Christ came to earth, and they created new covenant with his blood. So anyway, so he entrusts, gives the Israel to the 70 angelic shepherds, right? Who abuse them, but eventually they're being punished because they're supposed to work for God, be the ones who will deliver God's will, but unfortunately they gone stray, so they didn't obey God.
Wait, so the shepherds are gods.
No, they were angels. They were gods. But yes, we call them gods
Well, I
today.
mean, they were God's angels, right? Not
Yes.
fallen angels.
Yeah.
God, they were angels of God,
Mhm.
and they were disciplining the fallen angels.
No, they were just supposed to take care about the Israel, help them, steer them in a proper way, good way, closer to God, teach them, and so on in a good way.
Oh, so this is legit, like in Enoch talking about.
Yes.
Well,
Yeah.
then it is talking about the
I think if you will Google it, whatever, Bing it, whatever, so you will find it.
because it's talking about the future history of Israel that I had talked about earlier, but it says often using animal symbolism. So the animal symbolism is what people are referring to, or at least AI in this case, about the history of Israel.
Yep, that's a connection. But if it's really animal portraying and showing as Israel, maybe. So we can make this assumption. I didn't find anything specific saying that the animals representing Israel, the Old Covenant. I didn't see and this kind of. Maybe you can assume it, but if it's true, hard to say. I'm not scholar who spent like his life, on just one Enoch, right? So I don't know all the details, right?
Right.
Yeah, we got to those 70 shepherds. Yeah. And they were yes, and God, you're right. We know that is called God, Lord of sheep, right? That Jesus said they are part of my sheep, of my flock, right? Because God is the Lord. What's the name what's the name? The one who is taking care about the sheep. Oh, shepherd. Right. Yeah, I always forget this word. Yeah, God is my shepherd, right? That's the reference. So it's exactly Lord of sheep, right? So and Lord of sheep,
good shepherd.
Yes, good shepherd. Exactly. So Lord of sheep, God, right? He gives the sheep to those 70 shepherds, right? Who are beneath him, but still are being sent by him to help. But unfortunately, they didn't obey, and later he kind of tell them to, if he's, I don't know, telling them, instructing them to kill only a chosen one, specific numbered amount. But of course, they didn't listen again. And shepherds they have gone beyond their orders, right? What's been told to them by God, and they have taken their own authority, which was disobeying God, right? Because they didn't do what God exactly told them to do, and they kill more. And there was a phrase: they slew more than I commanded them, or something like that. Can you Google it quickly? In a matter of, if I remember correctly, because this one I just barely remember. Go with the 70 shepherds, killing. Let's say specific number. One Enoch, 70 shepherds instructed to kill specific number. Right. So it should be something about the killing more than God commanded them. Because I want to make it clear. I just can't remember. I vaguely remember that. It just came to my mind. Yeah.
Says a specific yet unlisted number, but they exceeded this divine command by
right.
was prescribed. That's all it says.
Okay. There's nothing about the kind of quote like a slew, killed, disobeyed, and killed more than commanded them, or something like that. Do you see anything? Because I know
it says the shepherds ignored their instructions and killed more than allowed.
Yeah. But there is no mention like a God. God is mentioning something like a quote from him that they disobeyed him. Because I remember specifically, God said that they have killed more than commanded them, or something similar.
And it says that because they exceeded the order and slaughtered beyond the appointed time, So they went beyond even the appointed time. They were
Yeah.
judged and thrown into the fiery abyss. My goodness, they become bloodthirsty.
Yeah. It was
I
corruption.
didn't know angels. I mean, I guess there's a free will
Yes.
amount to a degree, I guess, but dang.
Yeah, they got bloodthirsty. You're right. The same as Nephilim. And I think they just brought this kind of behavior, DNA, from those angels, because they inherit this stuff. That's why they were later eating people, because they were given like this kind of behavior in their DNA or whatever you want to call it. That's my assumption. That's how it looks like for me anyway. Okay, so now I have specific verse, which is 1 Enoch 90, verse 22-25. I put it on the screen. This one I have copied myself to have it handy. Yeah, that's the one. The Lord, God, right, orders the 7 white ones. They were exactly angels on the God side to judge the shepherds, which was exactly number of those 70 shepherds, right? And by the angels, they have been found guilty by God, of course, as well, and they were cast, like you said, into the abyss. And the abyss is called full of fire and flaming. Yeah, that's just like a burning, like in a barbecue, right?
That's scary.
Yeah. So it's mainly a history of Israel, like I said before, from Adam to Maccabeen, and it ended up with the Maccabeen revolt. Okay.
Maccabee?
No, Maccabeen.
Maccabeen.
Let me put it down. Give me a second.
Is there a book of Maccabee?
Yes, there is book of Maccabee, but it's Maccabeen.
But this is Maccabee.
Yeah. So a bit different. So yeah. Right. I get it now. You're correct. You were asking before proper question. When I think about it, yeah, the humans, they were represented as animals, and it was related to the Israel. So yeah, there is connection. So it wasn't only a vision strictly saying about animals, but animals, but animals representing the Israel, the Old Covenant. And I remember, the faithful was called sheep, and the enemies, they were called wild beasts. Yes, that was the name. Wild beasts, the enemies, and the faithful, they were the sheep. Yeah. So it's just one thing worth to mention about. We have been conditioned, to do not notice things. I kind of consider myself detail-oriented, man, and I'm focusing on small things. Why? Because the devil is in details, right? Always, you have this phrase, devil is in details, right? So I like the details. They're kind of very revealing sometimes. So because I know and I really comprehend who you are fighting against. So you have to take into consideration, that you have to start seeing their ways, how they are deceiving us. That's why I'm often bringing this kind of stuff, right, to show you where the deception, and start really looking into it.
It's very true, man.
Right. Mandas.
The myofascial release, big time. I need to get back into the massage therapist. I've been working and breaking up some stuff. It's crazy. But yes, I agree with you, JK. We need to know how the enemy works. The enemy's been at this a lot longer than we have in our temporal little life here that we have. And the great thing about the way it works is that Satan just keeps repeating the same bullshit over and over again.
Yeah, and why he does that? Because it fucking works.
Yep. It always works in the new generations, and
Yeah.
then also because I think he's partially retarded.
No, I would say, okay, I really I'm displeased with him in big time, but I really think he's very intelligent. He's very freaking intelligent, so he knows what he's doing, and probably all mankind combined wouldn't be able to reach his level of comprehension of things.
But the thing is that he can't create. I mean,
Yeah,
I
you're right.
guess there's an argument that Satan can't create, and that's why he uses created beings like us to create. So I do think that he has been limited on what he's capable of doing. However, Satan has, for whatever reason, been given the ability to create small, what might be appeared or might be perceived as miracles to people.
Yes.
So there is, like, he is capable of doing, like, when the Antichrist is here, the son of perdition, whatever you want to say, there will be certain, now it could be technology used to do some of this. It could be, like the magicians do with sleight of hand and using technology, blue beam, and all that kind of stuff. But there will be wonders and signs kind of on a small scale that is kind of like maybe.
Oh, I think even in a big scale. I think, to be honest, not only small scale. I think
it says that it'll deceive even
the elect
or the elect. So if you can get if this guy comes in and touches people's eyes and they have vision, like I said, like arguably that there could be a form of technology being used. Or I always wondered for a time when I believed that some of the stuff was pointing to UFOs in the Bible. When it talks about a fiery chariot. It's like a spaceship, I'm not saying this is true. I'm just saying for a while I was pulled into a lot of bullshit, woo-woo, fake truther shit. I wondered if Jesus was just down here and being like, yo, boom, this one right here, heal him. And then there's like a beam from a spaceship came down and like healed somebody. But that was just a bunch of psyop shit that I
look. They can do that already because they have direct energy weapons, right? DW, so they can do that. And it can look like a freaking chariot of fire, for example, on the sky, right? Because of blue beam, but they use direct energy weapon, and they would think it's a chariot of fire from God, for example. But the technology will be used by the humans, right? Influenced by the devil himself and the fallen angels, because they have provided this technology to us, unfortunately.
Right, but I believe that they do have flying craft. I just believe it's like the military industrial complex that has these.
100%. Yep.
Right.
I agree with that.
So
no question about it.
They will have physical craft, but then they've used deception and blue beam and stuff like that. Like the Battle of Los Angeles, if people look it up, long while ago, decades ago, but it appeared so like it seemed like it was so obvious that the military in that local area was firing shots at it.
Yep. They have plenty of shit,
They've got ways of deceiving that is just it's scary because like you think that you're awake and you think that you'll be able to discern, but it's going to be so realistic. I'm telling you, it's scary.
Yeah. So that's why whenever I'll be seeing something, for example, the events which supposedly should be before coming of Christ, right? Because the Bible is very specific about it. I'll be checking if it's really aligning with the Bible, if it's order, if it's the events, because we will be deceived. So then your only marker will be the Bible to figure it out if it's lie or true, because it will be so realistic you won't be able to discern it. You won't be able to figure it out on your own. Only the Bible will help you with that. 100%. That's my opinion.
Crazy shit, man.
Oh, you didn't see yet. Nothing, man. You will see next lockdown. This will be crazy shit. And it's coming.
Right. It's like some of us that and there were people that woke up during the first lockdown. Don't get me wrong, but there's still people wearing masks, y'all. There's still people getting what are they on? Like however many boosters. They're just getting boosted and boosted and boosted. They're doing it, and you keep thinking like, okay, if they try to do this again, people will rise up. And I'm like at the point where I'm like, I don't know if they will. I don't know if they will.
Some people will.
Programs they have in place, the stuff that Sabrina talks about, the mind control, the biofield concurrence that they'll have with the people that have been injected by this increased antennas where they're running this shit through our bodies. I think they could do it again and it would get similar results.
That's why when you read the Bible, you will know that the no weapon made of man will prosper against God's people. That will be the protection. Full armor of God. That will be the protection. So if you be really rooted in God, devil will have no take on you because you'll be protected by God. As simple as that.
Yep, these motherfuckers are evil, but I mean, I was making fun of Satan a little bit there earlier on, and maybe that's not a safe thing to do, but at the same time, they are creative. They're not creators, but they are fucking. It's like that when you hear about whether it's true or not, black goo, it takes away your empathy, your sympathy, your human emotions, and it increases your IQ. These evil fuckers might be sadistic, but their IQ is high in a lot of ways.
It's very high. Yep, I agree with that. 100%. On the same page, Dorian. Yep. Right. We are talking about the deception, right? It just came to my mind. You know sheep, right?
Sheep? Yeah.
Sheep. Original meaning is the one who follow Christ, right? But and he is our shepherd and we are his flock, right? But today, word sheep means someone who believes everything provided by the government, mainstream news, mainstream media, whatever, and follows blindly the brainwashed horde for his or her slaughter, right?
Yep.
So you see, even the word which is from God has been perverted and changed. Now it means something opposite, which was good before, right? You see, even small things like that. You would never think about it.
Yeah.
Fucking everywhere, man.
That's exactly what I think of with the black goo. That it's hive mind. It's graphene. It's nanotech. I mean, black goo allegedly is an organic, like living goo that takes over the body and the mind and stuff like that, but increases it's like satanic Saturn kind of shit. But I think it is a hive mind kind of thing, and a hive mind of evil, a hive mind of ungodliness.
Yeah, hive mind. You can call it singularity, one mind, all the same. So we'll be all connected. So I think maybe with the mark of the beast, we'll become part of this hive mind. I have no idea, because it says forehead or hand, right? So if it will be something inside your head, hive mind, maybe. Just my assumption, but could be. It's possible. We'll see when we get there, right? I think it will be still in the time of our life on Earth. I think it will happen in this generation. That's my assumption, because no one knows the time. But all signs and symbols show it. It's just we have never lived before in history, supposedly in history. So many events already happened close to the revelation. Yeah, the closest. There was no time closer to the, for example, mark of the beast, right? Yeah. How you could implement that in the whole world? Now you have technology. You can do that. CBDC, Neuralink, even RFID chips, right? What's it called?
Well, they're already
UBI, universal basic income, whatever.
Yeah, they're already patenting frequency medication, though.
Right. Yeah.
So they won't need to make pills and stuff anymore. They can literally, as long as you consent, I guess, through healthcare system, you will be given frequency medication, and they can do whatever the fuck they want to use.
If they are patent that now, it means they fucking already have it.
Yes, and that's
simple.
Sabrina says they've had it for a long time. They just been
I agree with her.
Moving it, and then COVID was load balancing and increasing the width or the. I mean, 5G. We're now on 6G, 7G, net-centric warfare, smart dust. There's no towers you're going to be able to take down, and they are running the internet through us. And then you'll see a lot of these fake truthers and people on there that are more new age and stuff like that talking about ascension symptoms. No, that's them tapping your fucking ass and sucking your energy and fucking tapping in and neurally nudging you to do shit.
Yeah, if you want to look into those demonic entities, look into the Lush. I think that was the.
Yeah, it's
that was how you write
it. Especially fear.
Or CH, I can't remember.
I think it's LOOSH.
Oh yeah, you're right, Lush. Yeah, thank you for correcting me. That was the one. Yeah, I think you're correct.
Yes,
This one.
that's
Yeah,
how
yeah.
I think that's how I think you spell it. But
I think you're correct.
that's why, like, sadistic people that torture people, that rape people, pedophiles that are pedivores and they torture the child. There's talked about adrenochrome and stuff like that. But that's why they love to do it, because it's a fear state and they want that. They want that controlling, traumatic energy from people, because it's like taking innocence and corrupting it with absolute fear to where it can no longer operate in a manner of innocence, because there is nothing other than pain and suffering and begging for mercy.
And they are kind of using it as a food source. They are feeding out of it. How it's possible, I have no idea. But supposedly that's what they do. Yeah. So tell me some fucking evil.
It's about as evil as it fucking gets. I mean, it is as evil as it gets, and they find different ways. That's why I don't know what some things could be psyops because they want us to push it too far as like narratives that aren't true. But the idea of some child's face being cut off while they're alive, and then the person wearing it and mocking them with their own face on, is like absolutely
beyond evil. That's beyond evil, man.
It's like those kinds of thoughts that we've learned about, and yet here we are with no justice and remedy for the treason and the corruption that exists and that is being enacted on people. It's that's why I continue to do this. I'm not made for the internet, man. I have to wash myself at times, but it's just like, I don't want to be in a studio. I don't want to fucking get all dressed up all the time. I just want to be able to speak my mind and talk about these things to get people aware that they've been doing this for a long time. They've been doing this. You go back into ancient fucking times. You can look at the art back then, and they were having fucking orgies while they're fucking having sex. They're like murdering kids and murdering things and drinking their blood while they're doing it. It's like the most evil, despicable shit. When they talk about Sodom and Gomorrah and God destroying that, like, I mean, no one in a sane mind wants to go there with the kind of thoughts that are going on in that place. But we get a glimpse. We can get a glimpse of the disgusting, despicable things that they are doing to animals, to people, to children. The worst things that a human mind can think of, that a demonic influenced mind can think of, an ungodly mind can think of, are happening. Anyways, I just wanted to go on that rant to remind everybody.
Very good, very good.
Even though we're here to like get a little education on Enoch, one Enoch that is, some of the despicable stuff that these fallen angels and this demonic influence and this fallen nature has caused humanity,
because of them. Exactly. Yeah,
and now and the way they hybridize, mix human genetics with other genetics, and then they're not even fully human, and it's cyborgs, and then you got robots that'll have no empathy, and therefore they will do anything that they're programmed to do without any thought. That is just a wet dream for these sick psychopaths. And that's why I just don't understand. Like, there's not that many of them, and they obviously have the power, but why do the only way that it makes sense is what Sabrina Wallace teaches. It's like an absolute mind control. And I'm not just talking MK Ultra, the traditional way, because they know that shit too. But you have electromagnetic capabilities, you have frequency abilities to neurally nudge people and to control their minds. It used to be chips. Now they don't need chips. They can build chips within your own body, but they don't even need that shit anymore. It's they can take control of certain people, especially ones that were subject to this earlier on, which is what they tried to do to Sabrina, which is why she has certain knowledge and why she's also a disabled person. But it's like, this is the kind of shit that we're really fighting against. And we're learning potentially with this one Enoch, where some of this shit was given to humanity so that they could completely twist our minds into doing shit that we wouldn't have done otherwise. It would be interesting to see, even in a fallen nature. I mean, I don't know, man. You think about all kinds of possibilities, but say there's no influence from a Satan or a fallen angel or a demon or whatever, Nephilim giant, deceased Nephilim giant, whatever a demon is. And it's just humans that are fallen, and we want to go back to God. Not that everybody would, because whatever, it's psychology, it's crazy. But what would it be like if we weren't given all the stuff these fallen angels allegedly gave us based on Enoch? Would it be nearly as bad? Would it be like somewhat bad? Like it just makes me question, because it's so out of control now, and it's at a very scary point. And I don't know if there's like resets in this world where it's just like, we get to this point of knowledge, and then they bring us here and they do whatever the fuckery is that they're about to do, and then they reset us to whatever they want us to, whether it's caveman or they take away certain technology and then wipe our history and the books and the religions and like our minds, and then reset us into a new thing. I don't know. What are they allowed to do? It's crazy to think about all this shit. He's back.
Yes, I'm back. Sorry for that. I had a phone call. I left a message. So yeah, but I've heard that you were talking, so it's like, okay, I can speak now. I can use a call right. It was quick,
I'll take advantage of it anytime I can. But some of the more important
good.
I always want to talk about is bringing it back to how sick these motherfuckers are.
And
some of them
see?
human, some of them hybridized, some of them absolutely not human, completely ungodly creatures that have already had their
No soul whatsoever.
tasting the abyss, where there will be weeping and gnashing of teeth.
And yeah, and exactly about the abyss. I already made part of this Satan short season related to the deception, preterism, to the Holy Trinity, angelic hierarchy, and as well hell. So how hell looks like. And at the end, I have a summary already for the people, and they won't be happy about hearing that, man. I'm telling you. I hope I will shake some minds. Yeah, but that's for the future.
Sometimes it's fun to piss people off. Not in
oh yeah, I love to do it, man.
But I get challenged sometimes. I mean, like that's was the challenge of coming out of the cult and realizing I was being fed a lot of bullshit. It pissed me off, and then you go through that phase, and then you go through the phase. Okay, what's real? And now I've progressed to this point where I'm at least able to confront all kinds of different beliefs, and then have discernment and make up my mind. And then using scripture obviously helps. And then to have a community that's trying to do the same thing. I mean, I don't know about who you are, moonwalkers, skywalkers, talking about some crazy shit. But I appreciate everybody being able to come in and have a say, and then realize there's also going to be trolls of people that are trying to throw shit off for their own purposes. But and Serena's still here. I do think another Sodom and Gomorrah situation is more likely than we would prefer. Just working theory. Absolutely. Some of the debauchery that's going on now that with this technology and what they're doing with it. Oh, dear Lord, man. Like, that's the other thing that people like to be able to do it from afar, and to be able to manipulate people and to electromagnetically rape them, and to be able to steal memories, or to put in memories, or to traumatize them, to make things hurt that shouldn't normally hurt, to constantly cause agony just for data, just for trauma purposes, just for loosh harvesting, just for whatever. It's disgusting.
Yeah, and I agree with Sabrina. That's why I brought before this Poseidon weapon. It might be exactly coming to the USA. Not want to scare you. I'm not saying it will happen, but it might. Bits and pieces of knowledge I have gathered, all the crumbs and traces, all pointing to it. I don't know if it will happen. I told it to you before. If you're living somewhere in the mountains, like Bible said, run to the fucking mountains when it happen. If you're living in the USA and you will see that the Russian ships or Russian military is coming and China is coming from the other side, run the fuck to the mountains. So better be safe than sorry, right? Hopefully nothing will happen. But if you see this kind of event, run the fuck away. Stay away. Just a warning.
And the other thing about all this is that they could heal too. They could heal on such a mass scale, but they won't. They love loosh, they love suffering, they love trauma, they love control, they love genocide. Because
they have pleasure in it. That's the problem. That's their drug, their way of living. That's what they know. That's, when God created angels, they were aware of themselves, so they exactly knew who they are, and they knew what will happen to them, if they stray from God, for God's commands. So they perfectly knew, and because they had a free will, they knew what will happen. But yet they fucking still has chosen to disobey God. If you're an angel and you have perception way above any man or woman on the earth, and you know what's the outcome, how the fuck you can do that? Man, I would never dare.
Yeah, the
But they
pride
did.
must make them think that they can, for whatever reason, they think that they can overthrow God. Perhaps God only presented a certain amount of what is, I don't know, like, did God withhold? It's hard to imagine, like, why any
No, I get it.
being that was created from something else thinks that you can
It's very simple why
beat
God
that
withholds.
creator, the very creator. That is a pride that is like, how? And then when you think about the sinfulness, I'm a rebellious person. I mean, I think that there was like rebelliousness in Jesus against the worldly rulers, but there's a different kind of rebellion.
There's anarchies in the world. Big one.
You want to, but there's a part of us, like as kids, especially, like we're told you can't smoke cigarettes or whatever, and you want to smoke a cigarette, or you want to drink when you're not allowed to drink. There's a rebellious nature to us. So I guess when you see the way that they perhaps perceive God and the way that they teach it in the Luciferian schools, as far as I understand it, they treat God like a tyrant, telling them that there's rules.
Yes.
And so they don't want to be told what to do. They wanted to experience full freedom.
Yeah,
but they had seen heaven and what could happen, and they still fucking chose that. That's crazy.
Yep.
Because most people would smoke as a kid, get spanked, and get in trouble. Maybe not all, fucking everybody's different, but like you would have a certain amount of discipline that would put you back in check, and you would get your shit together, and that you wouldn't want to displease the parents that love you. And yet here we are.
Maybe because they were so powerful, they were too proud. I don't know. So
right,
what's their main motto in the Satanism, Luciferianism? Do as you willed, right? Do as you will. Do what you want. Do as you want, right? That's their main motto. That's why you're correct. They were seeing God as the one who is limiting them. But only God limits us for our own good, because he knows the outcome, what will happen if we disobey him. Because he's not like a tyrant God. He's limiting us because he knows the outcome is for your own good. That's why the parents, when they tell you, "Oh, don't put your fingers in the fire," because they know what will happen. As simple as that.
Nope, that's true. But yet they still think that they can, for whatever reason, think that they can overthrow God, and they're going to use us to do it. And if they can't do it, then they're still going to hurt us as much as possible. And I don't know how it really works, like Satan stealing souls for hell.
I know
but that seems to be the case. Like we're going down, we're either going to win or we're going to go down, and we're going to take everybody that we can with us. Because
from my perspective, how it works is it's a battle for souls. So I think from the Satan's perspective, devil's perspective, each soul which he wins for his own, for the hell, it's a win for him, because God then has less. In his dictionary, from my perspective, of course, it's a win. I think that's how he sees it.
Right.
And not in his head.
What Sabrina's saying here, this is kind of what I was trying to get at. I just didn't want to say it wrong. But in long-term analysis, God hid information from them too. So he didn't like put all of his cards on the table, if you know what I mean.
Sabrina is correct.
Like what Jesus Christ did, Satan had no idea, and Satan fell for the very trap. I think we're just going to kill this guy and get rid of him, and God's plan can't come to fruition, yet they were fulfilling it. Now there's the hardening of the hearts. There's allowing them to like be led by the madness of the sinful mind, which I think is what a lot of the Jewish rulers were bloodthirsty and wanting to just end this guy and get it over with, because they were losing control of their followers. And so it's I think God's not deceiving. God's just withholding, I think, a certain amount of information.
Yep, 100%.
So they fall right into a trap, and over again are proven like, you're never gonna beat me, but they just keep thinking they will. They just keep thinking they will. It's just like
perfect depiction of it is angelic hierarchy, because they are specific angels, specific choirs, specific layers of angels, which they are solely responsible for the providing God's will to the lower angels. So the angels don't know everything because God knows everything. The angels only know what God knows and let them to know. That's it. So you're correct. And Sabina is correct. So God is withholding information from them because it's not for them to know.
I mean, I think Satan is a real entity, JRM. I think he's definitely
100%. No, Satan is it's angel, cherubim, exactly. Seraphim, cherubim, serpent-like. He's not a serpent per se, but he looks like a serpent-like. It's perfectly described in the Bible. When I will be talking about the Holy Trinity, I will be talking about this as well. So I encourage you to watch future stream about this topic.
Right. We'll get into some more stuff after about 10,000 episodes.
When we finish this. Yeah, okay, let's go back maybe.
All right. Back to Enoch. Let's get back to it. We're still in the book of visions.
Yes. Right. Next part of this book is intercession for the earth, right? So Enoch was kind of crying out, asking, that the entire creation would not be wiped out, because that was God's plan. So he was trying to stand for the creation, right? There was a first dream vision, which is exactly chapter, I wrote it down, I put it for you, chapter 83, 84. Yeah, that's the one. And this one focuses mainly on the vision coming deluge of the destruction of the world. So every details, everything, how it looks like, the smallest details. And it's very, not grotesque, very, very, how can I say it? Very vivid. Oh, this way. Yeah. So the next one is second dream vision, which is called, like before I mentioned, Animal Apocalypse, and it's chapter from the 85 to 90. Yeah, I made a note of it, about it as well. That's the one. That's the second dream vision. Contains a history of the world. So whatever happened in the past, it's all there in this vision. So the next one, you have depicted Adam as a white bull. Adam is represented as a large white bull and Eve as a heifer. That's very important because I make a connection. I will show you how it looks like in the matter of today's so-called Jews and Israel and so far. Then you have Cain and Abel. Cain is represented as a black bull and Abel as a red bull. Black, it's a bad, red is good, right? So meaning Cain, bad one, Abel, good one, right? We know it. Cain, Canaanites, Jews, black bull, it's all the same, right? All the same. Black usually is depicted as something dark or bad or death, right? That's what we know. It's around us. You just know it. It's black, it's not good. Abel, real God's chosen lineage, which is a red bull. Red is a vivid color. Red is color of blood, right? Life is in blood, as Christ said, right? It's all connected. Listen further. Why so-called Jews sacrifice red heifer, aka red bull? Because it's killing everyone who is not so-called Jews. That's what it represents. That's why they sacrificed it as a future for the mankind. Because they're gonna they will try to wipe out whole mankind. That's their fucking goal. Because they claim, not me, as they claim that the God create earth with the all bad things, and they are the chosen one to get rid of every sinful thing, and they see world as a sinful, all world. That's why they had been chosen in their fucking stupid mind by God to wipe the earth. That's how they see it. It's not me. It's fucking the high rabbis. That's what they fucking claim, those fuckers. So that's why you have pharmakia, you have food, you have poison in food, poison in water, chemtrails, all this shit, because they're convinced about it. And they've been taught this way since very early age. They have been fucking indoctrinated. That's who they are. They're not humans. They are fucking, I don't know what they are. They're beasts. They're from the devil. That's why I despise them. I would pray for them, but I despise them. That's who the fuck they are. You have to get to your mind how they operate and really know who the fucking enemy is. They are devil's puppets. Get to your freaking brain who they are. Oh, you're anti-Semite. Fuck off. I don't care. I tell you how it is. You can call me whatever you want. I don't give a fuck. I'm just telling you as it is. Get to your fucking mind who they are. It's fucking very important. Because if you're not aware who your enemy is, how the fucking you can find them? You can't. Sorry for the rant.
I love the passion.
Cheers. Oh, just yeah. I'm speaking about this shit, many years, decades, and I see really nearly no movement, no progress in a good way. We are like a fucking sheeple.
Right. Vengeance eternally is God's. I don't know, man. I think that there's something that we're supposed to. I think there's things we're supposed to do here. We can't just allow them to continue to attack our fellow brothers and sisters and our children. Yeah, I don't know. Can't just give. I understand giving it to God too, but there's a lot of stuff that I would argue. Like, I'm not just here to lay down and give everything to God as though God's going to just handle everything. That's why we're here. We do. We stand up for those that can't help themselves. We fight for what is right, and then finding the limitations of how far we can go is key, because we just heard a story about the 70 shepherds that were given a job, and they took it so far because, and I get it, man. They probably saw such evil, and they probably saw it was so horrible that they took it too far into their own hands instead of listening to what God's commands were at the time, and lost their shit. So it's easy to lose your shit if you get too bloodthirsty. But at some point we got to stand up for ourselves and stand up for those that cannot.
Yeah, look, we are commanded by God to protect the weak. We are commanded. Proper Christianity is to protect the weak, the ones who cannot protect themselves. That's why we have to protect children. You have to protect people who are not aware of what's going on. It's on us. You have to stand firmly. That's why I'm saying, create communities, teach people about this stuff, tell them what's going on, start from the bottom. Don't use smartphone. Don't comply. Just say fucking no. Say fucking no. Learn it. Start using this. That's the most powerful word in the world. Say fucking no. Learn it. Remember it. And start fucking using it. It's very important. Because disobedience starts with you. Not with me or other people. It starts with you. Imagine now, millions of people like you. They say fucking no. What government can do? They can do fuck all. And that this way we can win. That's disobedience. That's it. Not even need to kill them, fight them. Disobedience. That's what we need. You have to learn it. So before I was talking about the COVID, right? And the vaccines. So just came to my mind. I have links somewhere. So now, do you get now why each CEO of pharmaceutical company which created so-called COVID 1984 vaccines was a Jew? Fucking all of them. Moderna, Pfizer, JJ, Sputnik, even Russian one. Fucking Jews. They're not even Jews, because real Jew is a Christian who followed Christ. That's why you have Revelation 2:9. They say they are Jew, but they are not, because their synagogue belongs to Satan. And synagogue as a building is only in Judaism. There is no synagogue in Catholicism, no synagogue in Christianity, no synagogue in Islam, because it's called mosque, right? And the Christianity, Catholicism, church. Synagogue is only in the Judaism. That's what it is. Let me find the link. I have it. Give me a second.
Yeah. There's definitely some interesting characters coming into specifically the YouTube chat. Some of you that aren't even talking about the material and then you're spewing whatever it is that you want to spew, I'm probably going to start kicking your asses out. So if you're interacting with the information that we're sharing here, even if you disagree, I'm not saying everybody needs to agree with this. There's plenty of things that JK and I have probably differences on, but if you're just coming in here to spout your own bullshit and you're not even caring about the community or the topic at hand, then I'm going to start kicking your asses out. I've already dealt with for way too long some of the bullshit that's been put into the chat.
That's proper approach, because you, Dorian, do not care about the pool of followers. I don't give a fuck as well. If I see someone is creating flame war on my channel, spewing bullshit and propaganda, touch the door. You want to help? I will help you. Ban. Simple as that. I don't give a fuck about the followers. I'm here to present what I know, what I see as truth.
Yep.
It doesn't matter if a million people say it's not the truth. The truth is always the truth, even if one person says it. That's a fact. There's no way around it. Simple as that. Can you please put this link? It's a picture. So it's pretty vivid. You will understand what's going on.
Yep.
I'm not saying they are the only ones who are ruling the world, because they are Jesuits, hidden societies, secret societies. Yeah. Can you read it for the people, please?
You want me to read the CDC director and all that stuff?
Mm-hmm.
Every single aspect of the COVID agenda is Jewish. CDC director is Rochelle Walensky, Jewish. CDC deputy director Ann Shuchat, however you say that. And then you get chief of staff Sherry Berger, the chief medical officer Mitchell Wolf, director Washington office is Jeff Rexek. Not going to say that I'm going to say these names right.
That's the Polish surname. Reczek, Polish surname.
Reczek. Jeff Jens, Andy Slavic. Jens. Maybe you should read the names.
Right.
We're at COVID senior advisor.
Andy Slavic, Xavier Becara.
What is this?
Rachel Levin.
Shavos Goe. Nice.
Rachel Levin, Albert Burola, Michael Dolstein, Stephanie Bansell, Tal Zaks, Larry Fink. Oh, you know who is Larry Fink, of course. Rob Capito, Mortimer J. Buckley, Drew Wiseman, Anatoly Alstein, Alexander Greensberg, Joanne. Give me a second. Waldstrecher, Michael Rosenblatt, Klaus Schwab, we know him, Yuval Noah Harari. Yeah.
And then I'll here, let me blow it up so we can see this. Revelation 2:9. I know thy works and tribulation and poverty, but thou art rich, and I know the blasphemy of them which say they are Jews and are not, but are the synagogue of Satan.
Yep.
Yes.
Nice and simple, right?
Right.
I have another one. I have found it. What they own and who they are able to lie to, like their God Satan, father of all lies. I have another link. Please give this one. Even if I disagree with the Handsome Truth, because it's from his channel, he's a fake Nazi. He's Jew himself. He's deceiver, but he provides good info. If the info is correct, I will still use it, even if it comes from the COINTELPRO. Yeah, I dropped the second link in the private chat.
Come on, baby. Just trying to get this the right size. You can see that on the screen.
Six Jewish corporations own 96% of the media. And can you make it bigger?
Yeah, let me get this big and I'll start from the top. You got Sony, Paramount, Fox, Comcast, Warner Brothers, Discovery, and the Walt Disney Company as the top 6. and then you have all Jewish leaders of that. This is the same. It's the same with the porn industry, often
Yes.
by Jewish people. 6 Jewish corporations own 96% of the media. Sorry, I'll use this. And there you go. I'm not going to read off all of those, but you get the hint how this works and the hierarchy of things. And just be aware that as far as like the way that I look at things, I'm not a hater of all Jews. I don't just hate on people because they're Jew. Now,
Yep.
there's Jewish power structures, and then there's people that, I mean, some would argue if they're Khazarian, they're not even Jews. They just took the Jewish,
Yep,
they became
exactly.
Jews. So there's that.
Converts.
And there's
Converts.
also something that I think about a lot, because I feel like it's becoming so obvious, is that they want us to hate the Jews, and that they'll use that also in the what is to come.
7 Noahide laws. Yes, it's in play. It will be coming. That's why there are a lot of like Jew stupiders who is speaking openly against Jews, right? But he's Jew himself. He is creating this agenda against Jew. That's true. That's how it is. And the end goal is to bring 7 Noahide laws. Look into it, what it is. The one who is not believing in their Messiah is Christian. He will be beheaded. If you look into the Chanel, like a perfume, right? Chanel, they have, how it's called? You cut the head with it. Oh, I forgot the name in English. It was used in the France.
Guillotine.
Guillotine, right. Thank you. Guillotine. So they created guillotines. And back in the time when the Obama was president, he ordered, I believe, 5,000 blades for the guillotines.
Right.
And they are still there somewhere, probably in the FEMA. Where they freaking gone? I have no idea.
But what's crazy is that they're rising up like this false light Christian movement. You're seeing that a lot with like the Erica Kirk, Trump bringing on Paula White, and these fake ass Christians. So there'll be a time where they use the false light Christians to do abominations on the world. And then maybe after that, then there's a repercussion where they come at all Christians because of what's been. These are just things that I think about, and I don't know if they're true. I'm not saying they're true. I'm not trying to say that I know. When I think about all the ways that they're doing this stuff, they're having us hate the Jews, but they have a lot of Christians in power, but they also have Christian Zionists. So there's that aspect of things. But they're at some point, if their holy books and what they want to come to fruition is the way they are guiding us, there will be a hatred for Israel, that the whole world will hate Israel and turn on Israel, and then something will happen. Probably the murder of a lot of Jewish people, while the elite fucking get the hell out of the way and they are spared, while the whole world thinks that we just took out a bunch of Jews, and then that'll turn on the Christians. And then they come in and start murdering a bunch of Christians. Freaking knows. I don't know. Don't know.
Another agenda which might happen is, from my perspective, I don't know if you agree or disagree, but from my point of view, it's pretty logical. Because devil works in very strange ways. That's why we have so many so-called denominations in Christianity, which is not Christianity. It's just devil's agenda. That's why people don't believe in Christ as a God. That's why people don't believe Christ ever existed. That's why people don't believe in the Holy Trinity. That's why they are Unitarians or one Godhead or whatever you want to call them. Because it's deception. Why? Because there will be time, I assume, that's my suspicion, when there will be like a kind of meeting of all religions leaders, and there will be talk about the religions, which religion should stay. And then they will ask Christians, and the Christians will be divided across themselves. So they will ban the Christianity, because you don't know what you're believing in. You can't even agree versus each other what Christianity is. And that's how they will ban. And they will bring Noahide laws. And whoever will claim he's Christian, he'll be beheaded. Very simple agenda. That, from my perspective, will happen. If it will, I hope not.
It makes sense. That's the scary part. When it makes sense,
I know.
what they show us. When they show us something and it becomes too obvious, who knows what's really going on with these wars, how much is actually coordinated, how much is just them testing technology and genociding people and depopulating certain areas for certain agendas to break up perhaps the geographical areas into different Hunger Game districts, as a juxtaposition would say,
Mhm.
taking over certain mineral areas or whatnot, so expanding certain regions. And then you see all of the change that's happened, especially here in America. We just had no kings, and fucking knows what the truth is about that. A lot of that's a left versus right kind of a thing.
But look, even by your constitution, you cannot have kings or titles, because that's what England said. Because America is still under UK control, British control. So you cannot have barons, princesses, princes. You cannot have kings. So this fucking protest, no kings, it's total bullshit. Because by definition, you cannot have kings in the USA.
Well, it is bullshit, but the problem is that the right plays into it too, and they treat, like, that's the whole fake truther movement, is they've made Trump to be the king of the world, the king of the universe. If you go so far as the alien agenda people in the fake truther movement, they will make him out to be like a fucking starseed, freaking Pleiadian hero of all.
Thank you. You reminded me. The tall white guys I was talking before, Pleiadians, yeah. I was referring to them before. Yeah, that was the one I was talking about. I just forgot the name. Thank you.
But yeah, that's what they'll make Trump out to be. So then the right will be like, he's our president, he's our king, and they'll play into it. They'll make memes and make him out to be a king just to throw it in the left's face, and the left hates him even more. But if the numbers are even close, regardless if they were, they said this was the largest protest against the sitting president ever. Now, of course, the population has increased, maybe not to the numbers nearly that they claim is on the planet, but they're claiming that 8 million people protested the No Kings protest. But regardless, like, even me, like, I watched Trump. I was on the fence with him for a long time, hoped that he was still going to do something good, and then finally realized, like, it's never going to happen. And this guy's just part of it all. And so there seems to be an obvious, when a guy ran on peace and he was going to end the war in Ukraine. And I've said this multiple times. I'm not going to get into all the reasons why Trump is a lying sack of shit and has not followed through with the damn thing that he said he was going to do. It seems to be obvious. They are now flipping the people against him for a reason. And they're just prepared for a psyop. It's all planned out. Whatever happens on the world stage has been planned out and game planned.
Yes. If you see big events, you know it's planned. As simple as that. Look, I was warning about Trump from the time he announced he will be running for the president for the first time. And people were saying to me, oh, you must be Democrat then. It's like, what? I don't support any of this fucking political parasites. Get fucking to your head this stuff. I'm against this shit. You can go with the current and against current, right? No, I fucking go to the shore. I'm not voting for those fucking retards because they are different in small things, but main agenda is always being pushed. Doesn't matter if it's left, right, fucking Democrats, Republicans, red, blue. I don't give a fuck. It's all the same shit. They work together, two sides of the same coin, two wings of the same bird, left versus right paradigm. Two wings, but one head. That's it. And it's a bird of prey. You are the fucking meal. We are the meal because people are voting for this shit. That's why I refuse to vote. I refuse to give them power because they need my consent to be ruled by them. I don't give this consent. You have to stop voting for this shit because you are choosing lesser evil, but yet it's fucking still evil. No difference if it's Trump or fucking Republicans or Democrats. The same fucking shit. Never fucking vote. They need your vote. They don't need you. They need just your vote. Why? Because this way they can justify their rules over you. Because you give them those rights. Because world is based on contract. Everything is contract. When you vote, you sign contract. You agree, they be your fucking rulers and kings. As simple as that. Just say fucking no. Refuse to vote. Don't do it.
And the voting is also it gives them an idea of how well their psyops are working. Because the media, like, with the way that they made it look like Hillary had a 99% chance of winning and then Trump won, pulled people into politics because it's like, whoa, how could they be so wrong? It pulled someone like me into politics and shit like that. But when they see the vote, because they still want people to, like, vote in mass, they want people to vote for Donald Trump for the purposes that he claims in his campaigns, even though he doesn't fulfill any of them this time. They want to know that psyop worked. So it's like they can't just make up every fucking number. They actually want people to show up in the polls, give your consent, and to show them how well their psyops are working. Like, it worked. We got people to vote for Trump instead of Hillary. It worked. We got freaking people to vote for Biden because they were so mad at Trump. Whatever it was. Now, did they make up a bunch of shit? Sure. But at the same time, they still want people to vote to give their consent to the satanic system that they have in place, because that's basically what it is, because it's just a selection. It's not an election. But they still want to know how well some of their psyops are working.
Yep. It's all deception. And you have psyops inside the psyops.
Yep.
Like recent example, right? Netanyahu. So we were seeing that supposedly he was dead, right? We got the info from the media that he's dead. Some media was saying, no, he's still alive. Then you see his videos. And they fucking know we'll be getting into the videos frame by frame. And we see that his pocket is strangely disappearing and appearing. His coffee is not spilling, right? Double ear canal. How the fuck you can have it? So they know we will spot it. And later they see, you see, he's dead. Because they want to show us he's alive, so he must be dead. Right. It's psyop inside psyop. Probably he's freaking somewhere alive, and they are showing us, so we'll be fighting each other. Divide and conquer. Right. Simple as that. People don't say it. Oh, I'm right because he's right because he's AI. They're fucking playing you. You think they're not smart? They have very smart people working for them. More smart, much smarter than me and you.
All like Sabrina Wallace is always talking about jobs that people don't even know about, that are working 24/7 to ensure that their psyops work, to ensure they neurally nudge people, to ensure that they amp up whatever they need to amp up in order to sway more people's minds. And this is the kind of rhetoric that is the MK Ultra on a mass scale plays into it. When I started questioning Trump, it was like, oh, you're a liberal. When I was like getting into it with the MG show, fucking piece of shit. The Jeffrey Pedersen in the Matrix guy who's like, and remember, guys, he's a Trump hater. And it's like they turn their Trump cult against
syndrome,
somebody.
Right?
Oh, he's a liberal. And it's like, I'm not a fucking liberal. I'm not fucking anything anymore, motherfuckers. Don't give me any label, because all you motherfuckers are just in these fucking echo chamber cults. Yeah, and that's what they want, is they just want
think in a dualistic way, which is bad.
Like all the shit. They want you blue versus red, blue versus red, blue versus red. You're the Crips, you're the Bloods. Stay in your fucking lane. Hate each other. Never fucking cross the line. Never trust the other side. Fucking retarded, bro.
Why? Because if we unite, even if we are supporting, I'm not supporting any party, but even if you are supporting parties and we'll be standing together, they can do fuck all and we'll be free. But that's why they spend so much money on the selection, not election. It's always selection. Why? Because they always select two people for you to vote for. Doesn't matter who will win. They will always win. They are only puppets. Simple as that. You have to fucking see what it is. You're being lied to, deceived. Teach people, tell them that stuff. Do not fucking vote and say no. As simple as that. Nothing more than that. And we'll be free.
I didn't know that Tiger Woods was back in the news. I don't even pay attention to the news for the most part. But yes, instead of EA simulator. Trump derangement syndrome is a complete psyop, and it goes both ways. People that are Trump supporters are also fucking deranged out of their minds. I would even argue at this point, like liberals are fucking out of their fucking mind. And I'm not trying to paint the whole side. I want to be able to cross the lines, but cross the sides, cross the lanes, whatever the fuck it is, cross the aisle. However, there's extremism in all fucking echo chambers. They're the extreme ones. It's just like the LGBT community, whatever it's starting out as. They are pissed off now because the tranny thing is the extremism that's making them all look bad after they got all these rights that they wanted. Now, regardless of all that conversation, the liberals, when Trump came into power, the extremists, in fucking sane, deranged at Trump, everything that he fucking did. Now it's mega, I would argue, is Trump derangement syndrome, because anybody that questions Trump after all the bullshit that he has showed now is like, you're a fucking Democrat. You're a fucking liberal. Blah. Just like Linda was fucking saying.
Like
that is what it is now, is mega, is the Trump derangement syndrome, because they have nothing to stand on at this point when that piece of shit has brought no justice, has hidden the Epstein file releases, has started more wars than Biden ever fucking dreamed.
By the way, did you hear that the Iran hacked, what's his name? This Indian guy who is head of the CIA, FBI. Indian fella. I forgot his name. He was hacked by the Iran.
Oh,
his
Cash
laptop.
Patel, man.
Cash Patel, yes, thank you.
Fighter Cash is his foreign ID.
So hopefully soon we will see full Epstein files unedited without any covering.
Yeah, it might be Iran that brings us that, and then everybody's
Yep.
going to be like, "Oh, you love Iran."
But you have to take under consideration that the power in Iran has been changed by the America, by the USA, right?
Right. They put him in there, and how'd that work out?
Right.
And then Obama gave him a shit ton of fucking money.
More than that, it's psyop. It's more than that. So
right, I think that at a certain level, these guys are all like, some of them might be fucking legit at fuck. They hate each other, and they're fighting over turf. And I think that they have a certain structure that they cannot go beyond. Like, you can't fucking just go ahead and nuke. You can't go ahead and do certain things if nukes are even real.
If you would go and try to bring world to his knees, how you would go by it? You would cripple the economy. How you would do that? 20% of the world transport is going through the canal. So now ships are freaking queuing over there in the queue. They cannot move. They have to wait for the permission from the Iran. So there is no shipments at all. And I'm telling you guys, lockdowns are coming. Food will be not enough food for everyone. Petrol won't be there. Then there's no petrol, no deliveries. And then prices going up. When you want to bring something to the shop, you have to have fucking petrol, right? So then you have electric cars, which they are using electricity as well. Electricity is made from what? From gas and the coal, right? It's nothing for free, man. So everything fucking skyrocket. The prices, that's how you destroy society. That's their plan. So this war was planned to destroy the world. That's the agenda. So what you see now is people who believe in the Allah, which is devils or Satan, doesn't matter. And now you have Jews who are believing in Satan. Satan is fighting Satan's force, right? He's fighting himself. No, he's killing humans. That's his goal. We are killing each other. Like I told you before about the Nephilim, right? We're bringing the technology, the armor, the weapons, right? That's what they do. Because that's the agenda, to destroy God's creation. And we are helping with this shit. Because we don't stand strong enough against all this bullshit. We do not remove this fucking retards from portion of powers. The minimum is bring the fucking tar and feathers. That's the minimum. And put them in the city center. The best way would be gallows. And make a big spectacle of it. And bring people, fucking hang them. And then one and second and third would think twice before they would go this way. That's my proposition.
Yeah, but I think that they've gamed that all out, though, bro. I'm not saying there's nothing we can do, but it's going to take an act of God to give us a window in order to do anything, because they have a million minions ready in the wing. We could murder fucking so many of those politicians.
That's not murder.
The ones that are ready to sell their soul.
That's
they've
not murder.
already sold their soul. They've been raised in it. They've been bred in it. I'm not trying to be like complete doomer. I'm just saying, like, when I think about this stuff, because I think about it plenty, there was actually Ari Shaffir. He's a comedian. He's a Jewish guy. Came up through the Joe Rogan experience. I don't like the guy. Anyways, he was on a small news station saying, the guy was like, well, what do you think? Because he was like, I don't vote. They're all, the same, blah, blah, blah. I said a lot of things that I agreed with. Don't get me wrong on that. But he said, so what's the answer? He's like, we need to start killing politicians. And the guy was like, whoa. Like, we can't be talking about that. I don't want to talk about killing all the politicians. And he was like, Ari was like, we don't have to kill all of them. We just got to start killing them until they realize we mean business, and then fucking things will change. And I'm like, oh, man, dude, I'm not saying I don't agree with certain aspects of that. But the thing is, man, it would just give them reason to put fences around every capital. And Biscuits and I were talking about that. It would allow them to we would never have contact with any politician ever again. And then from here on out, it'd probably just be CGI, and it wouldn't be real people, which is probably half of what we're seeing most of the time. So it's fucking, they got this shit gamed out, is all I'm saying, man. We need God to step in, or like we need divine intervention.
We do. Without God, we cannot win. If you're rooted in God, all will be good. I'm just sick of this place, to be honest. I'm waiting for my time to go back to my real home, because this place is really shit. Whatever I do, whatever I try to do, it's no effect. I'm doing that fucking for many decades. I'm trying to bring people, to knowledge. People just do nothing. I can't do nothing. I do some stuff in my group, but what the fuck you can do? It's only a few of us. I'm talking about real life. Here I'm just speaking with you guys, bringing some knowledge, which I consider is true. I can't really do a lot, but the power is in the fucking unity, not in the diversity which they fucking promote. Diversity is always division, not unity. That's what they create. That's what they bring those terms, and you get used to it. You are divided by them, by definition, by the plan, by the agenda, and you're like a fucking sheeps. You have to stop it and do better.
Right. But I do agree with you. I have lost, let's say, faith in humanity to the degree that I don't think enough people are going to step up and actually, because of this kind of shit, media programming, and they're triggered to believe, oh, you don't like Trump, you're a fucking Democrat, or you're a crazy liberal, you're a fucking communist. And then other people will say, you like Trump, you're a fucking fascist. And it's just like, it's ingrained into fucking people. Or they hate each other for their race, or they hate each other because they're fucking poor. And I don't know what Weekend Jew Hunter is all about, but this is starting to piss me off. Anyways, I don't know what you guys are talking about. Anyways, like, this is the kind of shit where, like, if they did roll out the fucking guillotines, it's worth it. Even if the ones of us that are gonna fucking die are gonna die, I'd rather die being gunned down or whatever it's gonna fucking be than just stand in line and wait for my turn to get my fucking head chopped off. Who's all bots? I don't know what's going on. I mean, I'm not trying to be an asshole. I can't catch everything.
Yeah, probably I am bot,
That is one fucking
I'm definitely bot.
Fucking picture you got there, bro. Or Chica.
I know what he's talking about. Mainly the comments, under the videos, right? The bot farms. I agree with that. So it's mainly steered so you would see. But there's another thing. That's one thing is the bot farms. But you have to look under the comments. For example, because AI is listening what you're talking about. So, for example, for you, will only show the comments which in your bubble. They will not show you, very rarely, the comments which are opposing your point of view. So you are thinking that majority of people is on your side because you see the comments. And then when you go on the, let's say, left side, majority will be on their side because AI gives the comments. And people are thinking and still staying their own bubble of thoughts. That's why, for example, you can see from time to time on my channel, videos uploaded I 100% disagree with. Why? Because I fucking challenge myself to do not stay in my own bubble of thoughts. That's the worst what could happen to any of us. We have to challenge ourselves if you are on the proper path and check out the way of thinking other side. So to see if you are sane or they are insane. Because if you are still keeping the same people around and you don't challenge yourself, you will never progress. There is no progress for you, for me, for no one, for society, for anyone, because we have been used by the system. You have to know how they operate.
All right. Absolutely. I was just going to ask Amanda's. So it's okay. I know what I'm looking for now. There's changes to the Telegram, just so everybody knows. I posted a video. Sabrina will give you more of an explanation, and then we're trying to protect the communities, but mistakes can be made, so I will look for that. But go ahead, sir. Keep going, JK.
All right. Maybe we go back to the topic, right? Because we were ranting for quite a bit.
I am fucking training. I'm kicking my own ass. Oh, man. Like, I got certain things that I'm trying to get through, Exile, but I am fucking trying to get my shit back together in case I just want to put up a fight that I can be proud of, that when I'm in heaven, I'm like, fuck yeah, I took that bullet like a fucking man.
One more.
I took 10 bullets, motherfuckers, before my heart stopped.
Oh, man, I love you. I love you. You're fucking great.
Can I say motherfucker in heaven? Because it's right. I should have the right to say it. For this case. All right.
That was a good thing, that the Dorian listened to me to speak with Sabrina when Sabrina told him she knows me, because we would never connect with Dorian. And I would never be his handler.
But now you're my handler. Woo-hoo! Yeah. Everybody knows it's out. Go fuck yourself. You can't do nothing about it.
Oh fuck. Right. I want to say about one more thing. Okay, jokes aside, right?
Yeah, we're gonna find.
Look, I have to tell you something which probably you didn't consider, and I just tell you about things how I see them, and tell me if it's logical or not. Look, some Jews believe that they should act as the fulfillers of the prophecy, right? Not all of them, of course, some of them. And mainly the ones who are ruling, the bottom feeder Jews and converts and so on so far. They themselves should build a temple. That's what they claim, right? Some of them, not all of them. When they build the temple, the Messiah comes. But it did not happen because they tried already and God didn't allow it. And I know God will not allow it. That's 100%. I'm sure of it. But anyway, that's their goal, right? They have to wait, and it is the Messiah who comes and builds the temple. That's as well. Some of them say, the movement. Thank you, why exile. Yeah, I like that. I like this guy sometimes. He has good texts. Anyway, yeah, let's go
Try
back.
to get back in now, Amanda's one. Try to get. You should be able to, and if not, I'll figure it out. Sorry about that.
Yeah. No worries.
Mistakes will be made along the way. But go ahead, JK. Sorry,
Uh-huh.
I just wanted to make sure that got handled.
Yeah,
because I did tell people to let me know if because I can make mistakes. I just sometimes
look in my channel. You can find a lot of videos about Jews, Jesuits, devil worshippers, bloodlines, and so on. And then you can really figure it out who is allowed for us to be seen. Because believe me, or don't, whatever you choose, there are powers behind them, people behind them, which we have no idea about their surnames. Because they're changing so many times their surnames, they are mixing bloodlines. We don't really know who is behind those 26 families which I mentioned before, which Fritz Springmeier was speaking in his book, 13 Bloodlines of Illuminati. It's lucky 26. So I expanded on his knowledge. He has good knowledge, but not too deep, to be honest. But whatever. What I was going to say. I lost my fucking train of thoughts. Right. I was talking about the videos. So, for example, that's why you can see as well on my channel videos that some Jews, right, they support Palestinians or they support Iran, right? Because they know that those Zionists are bad for them. That's one thing, right? But they believe that those Jews, they have committed a great error, right? And they're divided as well. They are not like a monolith. They have different opinions in a matter of Messiah, in a matter of temple, like I mentioned before, and so on. It's because they are waiting on the Messiah while these ones are trying to go ahead of the Messiah, and they're trying to fulfill or relieve prophecy in the Bible, right? You know what? I would like to summarize for you a very important issue which people really, really do not take seriously enough. So people think that those who stand against Zionist Jews and stand with Palestine are good Jews. Don't be fucking deceived. From them, whoever is not so-called Jew is a goyim, worse than animal. It's their own Babylonian Luciferian fucking Talmud. They're telling you that. Read it. You'll know your enemy. Just check what is written over there, right? All of them worship Luciferian Talmud, which clearly states even the best of goyim has to die. That's in their book, and they've been taught, and they believe in it. They believe it more than in the Old Testament. But Old Testament should be the basics. It's not. It's Talmud for them, unfortunately. To be called a Jew, modern name, Jew, right? You have to inherit your Jewishness from the mother side, not from the father side, from the mother side. That's how it goes in their society. And practice their faith, right? From my perspective, the only good so-called Jew is the one who is not practicing the Luciferian Talmudic faith. That's the only one good Jew. But can he be called a Jew if he's not practicing Jewish faith? Nope. Very simple. He's not practicing their faith. He can't be fucking called Jew. Very simple. So from my perspective, but how to say it? Okay, so ergo, there is no good Jew. Because he is not practicing, he can't be called Jew. So ergo, there is no good Jew. As simple as that. Laws of logic do work. Why? What I say is not really about the hatred. It's about being accurate in description and providing logical conclusions. So again, if the guy who is not supporting Zionism and not practicing their Talmudic, Luciferian, Babylonian book, he cannot be called Jew. Ergo, there are no good Jews. It's very simple. Very
you hate
simple.
all Jews?
What?
You say you hate all Jews?
No, because by definition of the Bible, I am the Jew. If I believe in Christ, I am the Jew. That's why they're called Synagogue of Satan, because they are fake Jews. If you really go to the Bible, you can find the verse. The one who is following Christ and believes in him, he is Abraham's seed by the promise. I can find for you a verse if you want. We can show you that. So we call Islam as Abraham's religion, right? We call Judaism as Abraham's religion. But do Islam and do Jesus, what's the name? Islam, what's the Jewish faith? Jesus, I forgot the name. Islam, what's the Jewish faith? How it's called? I was just saying that.
Judaism?
Judaism, Jesus. Thank you. Judaism.
For fuck's sake, man.
Yeah, Judaism. And Islam, do they believe in Christ? They don't. Islam believes some kind of perverted version of Christ. They're saying he's not God, just prophet, right? So they cannot be called by definition Abrahamic religion because they're not Abraham's seed. Let me find for you the verse from the Bible. It'll be very clear, very fast.
We have about 20 minutes, and then this session of the Enoch will be over. The one Enoch that will be a series that never ends. And yes, build it and they will come is now build it and he will come. It's a Mandela effect. Everybody believes it. Even Kevin Costner is in interview saying the line, build it and they will come. And yet, if you watch the movie now, it's build it and he will come. What the heck is going on?
Right. I have a verse, as you said, readable. So I give you King James, right? Please bring it to speed. I really prefer Matthew Bible, but I know it's hard to read. Right. Right.
For ye are all the children of God by faith in Christ Jesus. For as many of you as have been baptized into Christ have put on Christ. There is neither Jew nor Greek. There is neither bond nor free. There is neither male nor female. For ye are all one in Christ Jesus. And if ye be Christ's, then are ye Abraham's seed and heirs according to the promise.
Yes. So who is God's children? The one who believes in Christ, right? The one who is baptized in Christ. And who is of the promise? Abraham's seed? The one who is Christ's. They're not Christ's because they don't believe in him. So, ergo, logically speaking, they cannot be called Abrahamic religion. But I assume majority of people living here on chat, they think that those religions, Islam, Judaism, and Christianity, they are both three, they are Abrahamic. They are not. Only Christianity is Abrahamic. Get it to your head. Bible is very clear. And there is no question about it. It's not my opinion. It's what is written in the Bible. As simple as that. Yes, I love this verse, Hosea 4:6, one of my favorite.
It is, yep, one of JK's favorites there.
Right, Book of Enoch. Let's go back.
Oh, that's right. We're talking about the book of Enoch here.
I think again, man, we always go on the tangent, you know.
I forgot where we were, what was
Yeah.
going on.
Let me
And
find
then
it.
I
Yeah, I
got
need to
sucked
find
into
the bullet point.
that Mandela effect. I can't believe they changed that line. Who's they? How they do it? I know, but it's fucking like psyops. They have like multiple recordings of these things or some shit. But then they even have, you know, people that have old VHSs that go back to them. Sometimes I don't know, man. It's fucking crazy the way they do this.
Weekend Jew Hunter wrote question, but who wrote the Bible? 50 people across 1,500 years. That's why you have how many is that? 60,000 hyperlinks, hyperconnections. If probably even AI wouldn't be able to do it. It's so many references, and
But
they
how
are
about
all
this one,
aligned.
JK? How about this one? The lion will lay with lambs is now the wolf will lay with lambs.
Yeah, it was the. I can't remember which verse was that. Check it. I've heard it, but and I remember this, but I can't remember the verse.
Down with the lamb. I want to look it up. It's Isaiah 11:6. And it's now the wolf will lie down with the lamb, and it was the lion will lie down with the lamb.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that changes, you know. So that's why I like old versions. There's less changes over there. Of course, they're not perfect because look, all of the Bibles, even Catholic, Luciferian, they claim that Jesus was born from the Virgin. He was on earth. He was God in human body. He died for our sins. He was resurrected after 3 days, and he will come back to judge us. Every single Bible says it. Even the Guai Rhymes and Scofic Bible, even those which they are Luciferian and Masonic and Zionists and the Jesuits influence, even those claim it. So the most important things are kept because God will keep it. Of course, mystical things can be changed, but the core of our pure, not religion, pure religion is intact because God preserved it. Right, Enoch. How long we have? 30 minutes or something?
13 minutes, bro.
You're not staying longer? Not staying longer?
No, I got to pee real bad too. So I'm
all right. So okay, you can go, and I will freaking speak
you will
about
teach the people while I'm gone.
Yeah.
All right, you people tell on him if he does something inappropriate while I'm gone. As a handler, he might be trying to destroy this channel. So you guys have to let me know when I get back.
Right. Yeah, Booma is funny guy. I like him a lot. One of the good ones, from my perspective. I think you think the same because you're coming here. So like, listen to him. So yeah. Anyway, let's go back to the Enoch. And I want to thank you again. Thank you everyone to popping up to listen to my rants. I know sometimes you don't want to hear it because contradicts what you might think, but just don't care about it. I am who I am. If you don't like it, not my problem. If you like it, not my problem. That's it. I just don't give a fuck. It's good to be liked, but if you hate me, it doesn't change anything in my life, you know. So that's it. All right, let's go back to the Book of Enoch. Right. This part talks about, which is exactly dream visions. Talks about the fallen watchers. Stars fall from the heaven, right? It's written as well in the Bible that Lucifer fell down from the heaven like a lightning, right? That's why you can see in multiple places in the music industry, film industry, lightnings in pretty lot of spaces because it's in the plain sight who they are affiliated with. Very simple. So the stars, they fall from the heaven, right? And they're becoming bulls that corrupt the human cows. So that's the reference, right? Showing what's happening in a matter of animal kingdom, right? As a vision. The next one, which is very important as well, it's rise of the giants. Those are the unions between the watchers and the humans produce the giants, leading to bloodshed. giants, those the ones, they're called Nephilim. We were speaking about this before. So it's further expansion on it. The next topic in this part is flood judgment. This part, the world is flooded, and the sheep, which means the righteous one, are separated from the wolves, the wicked ones. The next part was a history of Israel as a sheep. Israel is portrayed as a flock of sheep, while other nations are shown, portrayed as a kind of wild beasts. Yeah, that's a wild beast. Yes, wild beasts. That's a good description. As well, in the next part is Moses is shown as a sheep. Moses is depicted as a sheep who leads the flock through the sea with God protecting them. That's still those visions, right? So he is shown all those things in his vision, in his dreams. The next one is Maccabean revolt, and it's called a great horn sprouts on a sheep, representing a leader, often interpreted as Judas Maccabeus. I will put the name for you. Give me a second. That's an important name. Yeah, that's the one. And his leader, who is fighting the beasts, not the one, the beasts, multiple, right? Because it's still shown as a vision, so there's multiple of them, not just one, not the beast which comes later with the Antichrist and so on, right? don't confuse it. Next part in this book is Messianic Age. The Lord of Sheep, of course we know who it is God, right? Appears, and the Messiah is established, with the remaining sheep enjoying peace and righteousness. That's after the judgment, after killing all of those wicked and so on, because we peace on earth when the Messiah, Jesus, will come back, right? That's the reference. Final judgment and the new Jerusalem. The old one, corrupt earth, is replaced by a new, purified one, cleaned one, cleansed one, and a new holy city is built, right? The question is here, is it literally a replacement of the same place? I think it's possible, but it's hard to say. Or if it will be just in theory replaced because it will be destroyed and will be New Jerusalem, which is heavenly place, which is in the heaven, which is called New Zion, will come from the heaven to the earth. Will replace this. I was asking this before. We replace the old Jerusalem, the same spot, or will be some different spot on earth. I have no idea. If someone knows, please let me know, because I still couldn't find the answer to this question myself. It's detailed, but for me, I like details, so I would gladly want to know. I would be really happy if you could provide it for me, if possible, of course, if you know.
Right. Some of it might just be the mystery of God, man. Some of it could just literally be the mystery that we don't get to know in this life.
Yes, and until it happens, yeah.
Because I've wondered myself if it's like interdimensional, like there is a kingdom of heaven that is literally already here. We just can't experience it without Christ, and that there's also like a version of like the most fallen hellish place also, and that we're in a constant battle between the two based on. I don't know. I mean, it can go in so many ways, but that's just all speculation. I think about all that stuff. Heaven could be in a distant place compared to where we're at. I don't know.
Heaven later will be heaven on earth when the new Zion will come. It's in the Bible.
Right. So, the idea is it this earth or is it a different earth?
I think this earth, because if it be replaced.
Because I thought this earth would go into the flame and be done away with. Because because that's where I wonder if it's interdimensional, where there's a different, like a heavenly dimension, but it's still the same. Like, I don't know. It's just a different. I don't know how to say it. I don't like timelines or whatever, because of the cult leader that I came from always said that kind of crap. But it's like a different dimension, still connected in some way, shape, or form to this. But it's
like a parallel earth or something.
Yeah, parallel. There you go. That's a better way to say it.
I don't know. I wouldn't go this way. Maybe, but I'm not convinced with it. I would rather think, that's why I was asking, if this new Israel will replace the old Israel, land of Israel, or will be just in metaphor and just will be destroyed, and the new Zion, new Israel, heavenly place, which will be on earth from the heaven, will be placed somewhere on earth. I just don't know.
Right.
I would need to find some kind of scholar, maybe, for example, Shamuon would have the answer, because he's deep into the stuff, so maybe he would know.
Right.
And
man,
anyway,
just let me know before we're done here if you can get back into the Telegram. All right, we got 5 minutes, 5 more minutes of this one.
Okay, so we can go to the Bible reference to the New Jerusalem, and primarily described in the Revelation 21. Go to the, I think it was first few verses, but can't remember which one. Revelation 21. Let me find it for you. Give me a second. We can read about it. Bollocks. Revelation 21.
I like that one too.
Right, I have it. Yeah. It's Revelation 21-5. I'll give you the link. Give me a second. Right. Yeah, good stuff. Here you go. Maybe you can bring it to the screen, please.
Revelation 21, 1-5. And I saw a new heaven and a new earth. The first heaven and the first earth were passed away. See? The first heaven and the first earth were passed away, and there was no more sea. And I, John, saw the holy city, New Jerusalem, coming down from God out of heaven, prepared as a bride adorned for her husband. And I heard a great voice out of heaven saying, Behold, the tabernacle of God is with men, and he will dwell with them, and they shall be his people. And God himself shall be with them, and be their God. And God shall wipe away all tears from their eyes, and there shall be no more death, neither sorrow nor crying, neither shall there be any more pain, for the former things are passed away. And he that sat upon the throne said, Behold, I make all things new. And he said unto me, Write, for these words are true and faithful.
Right.
That's powerful.
Powerful, yeah.
That is super powerful. There's a lot to that. I just, it almost makes me weep, just the idea that all tears will be wiped away, in the sense that all pain and all sorrow and all of that will be done away with when we're done with this hell on earth.
Yep. That's why I say that the Bible is the most reliable source. Look, even if people going into the archaeology, if they are looking for some kind of place, land, whatever, first they go always to the Bible, because it's historical books. It speaks about the real people and the real events and real places. It's as simple as that. And people, it's made up, it's someone made it up. Jews made it up. Bollocks. Yeah. So they were kind of very accurate, right, about the places which we can find today. Made up. All right. Believe what you want. I can bring more verses. I don't know if you're reading them or I just mentioned about them. So yeah. So really,
how far are we from being through the book of dream visions?
Let me check it. Give me a second.
See where you're at in your notes.
Okay, nearly there. So four we finished, then 5 stays. So we didn't get to 5. I was counting we get to 5, but nah. So one more stream then for 5. Yeah, because there's plenty of funny stuff in 5.
Okay, but one more stream just for 5, or are you gonna be able to wrap up?
Yeah, I think I will be able to wrap it out. It into 5.
I might let you go a little over the time, but I'm only giving you a little bit of extra time.
Yeah, 5 is long, but I will cut it again, because we go too many, we get too freaking many different things when we speak about those things. We bring different topics. That's why it takes so long, man. But I like it. I won't say I don't. I like it.
This is more real. It's like we're hanging out at a coffee shop.
You see, it's not freaking scripted, right?
Right. We're hanging out in a study and we're having a conversation like men. and we
Yeah.
have a group of people here, you know, like as far as the live chat, if we were all in one place, sitting in maybe some kind of small theater or something like that, having a conversation, and everybody was involved, this is what it would be like, as opposed to just coming down and having a hardcore concentration of this is what it is, blah, 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 and done.
And that's kind of boring from my perspective.
It is. To me, it's boring because there is no human component to it other than putting together something that's just efficient, which I can appreciate efficiency. But then usually something like that, you would want a discussion afterwards. Well, this is a discussion within.
Yep, included. And sorry that I bring different topics, you know, because that's how I operate. I always say it. I always find something in my mind that, okay, I maybe mention about this shit or that stuff, you know, because I think it's related. So I'm trying to show you the connections, right? How I see it. So you have a bit of quick peek into my mind how I operate. Yeah. All right, so let's go further. The other one is Revelation 21 as well, 21:9-27, which provides detailed description of its walls, gates, and streets of gold. It mentions about the city structure, huge size, immense size. It was jasper walls, 12, I remember the number, 12 gates made of pearls. That's interesting, right? Gates made of pearls. They are pretty rare and expensive, right? And the lack of temple, as a God and the Lamb, who is Christ, are its light. So we'll be enlightened, literally enlightened, by God and the Christ, which is part of Holy Trinity, right? God the Father and Christ. That's pretty interesting. I wanna witness it, you know, someday. Will be, man. Whoa. That's something beautiful. Yeah. All right. Next one is Revelation 3:12, and in this verse, what was that? Jesus, he promised that those who defeat, overcome, better word, will be made pillars in the temple of God. And we have the name of this city, the new Jerusalem, written upon them. I just can't square my mind around it. So will be like statues, pillars, excuse me, in the city. I don't know what to make about it.
Right.
That's kind of like descriptive, but what to make of it, I have no clue. It's just beyond my mind how to really treat it, this verse. Right. It's kind of interesting. Right. As well, other references associated with the concept of a heavenly city, which include, for example, those I have written down. Galatians 4:26, Jerusalem above states, but it has a quote, but the Jerusalem that is above is free, and she is our mother. So Jerusalem is a she, not a he. So it's a woman, and she is our mother. Kind of interesting, right? This verse is referring to the heavenly new covenant city of believers. The verse highlights the Jerusalem above as the spiritual, free counterpart to the earthly, bondaged Jerusalem. Because remember, I mentioned before about the bondwoman, right? Which they are Ishmaelites, both of them, so-called Jews and Muslims. So they come from the bondwoman. It's verse as well in the Bible. So yeah, that's the connection. Bond, Jerusalem, and bondwoman, not our mother, because our mother is the heavenly Jerusalem from God. And Paul exactly make a kind of contrast, you know, between the two covenants, which is Sarah. Remember, I was talking about previously about the free woman of the promise, and the Hagar or Agar, depends on the pronunciation and the reading in the Bible. Hagar or Agar, it's slave woman, so-called earthly law. right? So bondwoman, this bondage, is connected to the birth certificate. I want to show you another connection over here. So if woman, this one is connected to law, right? And the symbol of blind justice, it's called legal system, not lawful, because that's two different things. Legal and lawful are the same. Because I always bring this example. Taxes are legal, but they are unlawful, right? Because you cannot push someone under threat of arrest to pay taxes or whatever shit they say, right? So anyway, this woman, we know her as a Lady Justice, right? Or in the Roman mythology, it was Justitia. Remember? That's why we have very often some kind of organizations. They called Justitia, whatever prefix or affix, whatever, or connected with other different words. Justitia mainly there is, because it's from the earthly things, from the Satan, from the devil, not of God. That's how it is. Wording is very important, and words have fucking meaning. You have to learn it. You have to decipher it. It's on us to understand their language, their symbols, what they're saying, because all is in the open, always was and has to be, because what they believe doesn't matter if I believe it or you believe it, doesn't matter. It only matters what they believe, and they show you everything, every freaking thing. That's the thing. You can learn it. You can learn the language, decipher it, focus on it, and you will see their agenda. That's what I did. That's why I can see things I consider other people cannot see, because I made those connections, because I know their language, how they fucking operate, those fucking bastards. So mainly the Justitia, or Lady Justice, is kind of personification, right, of the moral force in the judicial system, right? Not lawful system, but judicial system. She's often shown, depicted as in or around the courthouse, right? Law schools, right? And all the legal institutions across the world. She's based on the Greek goddess of divine law and order, Themis. I'll put it in the name. Here you go. Themis. Yeah, that's it. Spelling? Yeah, proper spelling. Right, that's the one. And like I mentioned before, and the Roman goddess of justice, Justitia. Not Justitia, not like in English, but Justitia. You just read it a bit different way. She's typically in the kind of like a flowing Greco-Roman style robes, and she's representing civilization and philosophy. Philosophy is itself word is pretty interesting. Usually she has as well blindfold, right? It was added later in the, I believe, 15th, 16th, or 17th century, somewhere around that time. I think it was 15. The supposedly blindfold represents impartiality and the objectivity in the idea that justice should be administered without bias, prejudice, or regarded for a person wealth, status, power, influence, and so on and so forth, right? It supposedly ensures that the justice is blind to external influences and judges only on the merits of the cases. Right? Wrong.
Right.
Why? Because we know it does not work like that. It's not true, right? That's how it is. That's why I'm always laughing when I see this shit, speaking about this stuff. Because lying is everywhere. Everything does not work as we think it should. It does.
Absolutely. We got a question here. Maybe we wrap up one Enoch and finish this episode with answering this question. I like it. And then Mandas, you need to let me know if you got into the Telegram.
All right. What can you do? Very simple. I mentioned about this before. So I can give you later a list of 10 essential things, but I mentioned quickly. Don't use fucking smartphone. No smart device at all. No smart vacuum, no smart TV, no smart fridge whatsoever. No smart devices at all. Don't ever pay for anything with your credit card or debit card. If you're going to even go to the grocery and going to buy grocery stuff, Get to the freaking ATM, get the cash, pay with the freaking cash. Why? Because they will not build your behavior, what you buy, what you spend, what you like. They can target you by it later. They know your behavior. They're building your persona, and they know better you than know yourself, because they can easily predict how you behave in certain situations. So give them as minimum information as possible, as simple as that. Limit this shit. Build community around you in your society. Educate people. Start plant your own crops, the healthy one. Learn what is good. Questions we have given all this info. Okay. Yeah, so I'm kind of answering this question now. Yeah, so it's a different one. Yeah, I have some info, some knowledge about ancient texts. I'm not alpha and omega in this. I just know basics mainly. I'm not claiming that I know everything, because I don't. What was the biggest thing that blew your mind? The biggest? Oh, that's a good question. The biggest one. Okay, the biggest one, which really blew up my mind, was that the devil is real. That was the biggest for me. There is no bigger than that, nothing, because everything was happening in so-called psyops, operations, what's going on in the world is by design by him. So it's connecting he's in the center of the spider web. That's the biggest one. That's why I became Christian, because when I realized the devil is real, then I came to God. I came to Jesus. Because if there is devil, there has to be God. There is no other option. As simple as that.
Right. Evil, the reality of evil can drive one to God. And perhaps that's part of the purpose of it in this existence. Because when especially when you've struggled with certain things like addiction, like I did, and you've seen how it can just destroy you and how evil the place can be and how evil your own mind can get. There has to be it led me to love. It led me to grace. It led me to compassion. It led me to all the things that are things that I desired. And why did I desire them? Why do people, even that don't believe in God, at their facing death, scream out to God? That's a legit thing. People that think they're dying and they don't die are screaming and crying out to God. And they might be like, oh, whatever, blah, 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 blah afterwards. Because I've had that situation before too, where my best friend, his dogs were stolen in Las Vegas. And he was praying and he was saying that he's going to go to church and he was going to do all these things. And church is what it is. This was a while ago. Anyways, I created a Facebook campaign and ended up helping him get his dogs back. There was so much pressure that was put on just because from my place in Oregon, I was able to create a Facebook thing that got spread around so much. It reached a local news person. And while they were doing the local news recording to talk about it, somebody came and put the dog's leashes connected to a tree right outside the window. And the episode was actually them getting their dogs back. That to me was God. And then after that, he didn't follow. He followed through one time going to this church that they actually liked and his girlfriend really liked. And then they just never went back. And it was just like, dude, you were crying out to God, you were praying and all stuff. And people will do that. And I'm not here to dog on them or nothing like that. It's just one of those things. People are like that. When I went to when I did get married and I went on my honeymoon, I went down to Mexico and we were on this tour and they were asking about all the beautiful cathedrals and what the Mexican people in that area tended to believe. And he's like, we're like everywhere else. He's like, when times are good, we live for ourselves. When times are hard, we get on our knees and pray to God. And I'm like, that's exactly how the majority of us are. And we try and like doing this and trying to get into the word and trying to have these conversations and focus more on why we're here and the bigger answers or questions that we have about life. That's why we do this. But if you don't do this, you become complacent or wherever you're at.
You are our enemy. If you're complacent, you are our enemy. As simple as that.
Complacency is.
We treat you as one.
Devil. And
if you are standing on my way, you are the obstacle. We'll go through you. You can't. If you are not going to help, don't fucking be a problem for us.
Right.
Simple. Just move
aside. That's how it often is with the majority of the world. And we're not here to force anybody to believe what we believe, but we're here to have a discussion. And there's a lot of people that are in this chat that that believe different things, and that's something that it's nice to have a conversation, and it's nice to have a space that isn't an echo chamber, and that was been one of the biggest goals that I've had. Did you see the donkey?
My goal is not being here to be liked. I'm here to share the knowledge. If you don't like it, okay, you have the right to do it, right?
Right. And one of the things I always say is that when we die, we will each find out. We will each find out if we stand before Christ, if we face judgment, if we get embraced by the love of God and grace that is, I believe, God, and what this is all about. If this is some kind of matrix and we just get put back in another body, then I have such major issues with that. But those are my own personal things. It's just we have about this. When I was in AA and all that kind of stuff, I was like, God can be whatever you create. And I'm like, man, to me, that was the dumbest thing in the world, because it didn't have any real value. It just had imaginary value. I want real fucking value. And I want to know there are real consequences for the evil that these motherfuckers that are in control are committing against humanity. I want to know that there is a just God. And I believe that Christ is king. Absolutely.
Yep. I was going to say something. About what to do, right? So someone mentioned that exactly what I think was lady saying that's exactly what she's doing. She's getting the cash. Great, very good. Applause for you. really, I really mean it. And another thing is, look, from a logical point of view, we cannot just overthrow the government. It's kind of impossible. We have low numbers. We can't do it. But there is big but. Change what you can, which means is find like-minded people, create groups in your society, even different cities, and start getting positions of power in your local government. That's very important, because even if the government, which is in DC, for example, USA, will put some kind of shit on you, local government say, fuck you, no. And they can do nothing, because then you have the power. So you have more power than you think. You might think you don't have any, you have no power. You have more power than you can imagine. But you have to realize that. That's what I'm telling you, those things. To believe in yourself. That's the first step. Believe in yourself. If you can do that, then you can do whatever you want, literally. And you can move mountains, like Christ said. And you will. Believe in yourself. And start building community around you. Start planting food. Your own garden. I have few videos on my channel, multiple videos on my channel, which they describe how you can really get a good crops from the very small piece of land, even small garden. And you will have healthy food. No chemicals and the fucking petroleum pushed everywhere. So yeah, start with your health as well. It's important. Exercise, other things like that. Yep.
Absolutely.
Was another thing I was gonna say, but I freaking forgot. We were jumping between so many topics.
Well, I just yep. And when it comes down to it, we can have these different beliefs. Even Region 9 till I die 231. If you're gonna go to heaven and say that Q sent me, I can still, as long as you're on Team Humanity and you want to fight for a better future and you want to stop all this bullshit, that I'll stand with you. I know you're just joking, but yeah, we don't have to all agree on everything. I think when it comes down to it, we're going to need the numbers to push back on this bullshit. And I don't want this to be an echo chamber, so I appreciate you all being here. JK, in closing,
nearly finished. Nearly finished.
Nearly
finished. Yeah,
my dinner is fucking ready, just so you fucking know, man.
Right. Okay, I'll be quick. Right. So, in a matter of Lady Justice or Justitia, right? She has as well the scales, and she holds them in the one hand, right? It's balancing scales. It supposedly represent the equitable pursuit of the justice, right? Symbolizing the, how to say it, careful weighing of evidence and arguments from the both sides as a decision is made, right? Nope, it's not happening. Because we know how the system works, right? I'm just telling you straight away how it's fucking corrupted. Because it's Luciferian. I said that again.
Fucking handlers, man. Fucking handlers. For
It's
fuck's
part of
sake.
my language. So sorry about that if you hear it too often.
Handlers. Keeping me from my tin bin.
Right. Okay, let's go now to the sword, which is held by her in the other hand, right? And the sword supposedly represents the authority and the power of the law. And law, they cannot do that because law is only from God. Because law stands for the land, air, water. They cannot create land. They cannot create air or water. By definition, they fucking can't create law because only God can give us the law and create law. It's God-given rights. We just get it from God when we are born. That's it. As simple as that. Fucking, I can't remember. I need to write it down. Yeah, I cannot pronounce it. Yeah. Pronounce it for me. I always have problem with this.
Unalienable rights.
Yes. I always have problem with this word. That's my tongue twister in English. Right. Right. It's exactly not for so-called elites, but for us commoners it is. So we are judged by not the freaking the richest of rich people of this world, right, and influencers and so on. And as well, she has a scroll, kind of book, pergamene, right? And sometimes she's depicted with the scroll, right, or the book, representing the law or the constitution itself, rather than a sword, and showing like the rule of the law. Yeah, that's not godly law. It's exactly earthly Luciferian law, quote mark, right? And we can go back as well. I have mentioned here about the Hebrew 11:10. I put it down. It's about the heavenly city as well, as they mentioned in the Bible. You won't read that, but if someone wanna go by himself or herself and read it, feel free. I would really encourage you to do that. So it's exactly the city with foundations, architect and builder. God himself is the designer and the builder, right? Making it a divine rather than a human construction, as by God's hand created. And Hebrew 11:10 speaks about it. That's why Christ said his kingdom is not of this earth, and the real church is not built with the human hands. The real church is us, Christian men and women. Hebrew 12:22 speaks about the holy. I will put it down. I'll put it for you. Hebrew 12:22. Yep. nearly. Speaks about the holy, eternal city, and Abraham representing his faith in God, promises beyond just the earthly land of Canaan, Canaanites, and so on. That's it. We finish. We get to the end of the book 4. Right. Next one will be book 5. Which will be
Oh,
last
look
part.
at that. He finished right before at the end, guys. Look at this guy coming right down. It's like a 007 movie. He literally avoided detonation. Thank you, JK.
Thank you, everyone, for listening to my rants, So, yeah, I hope you like it. Yeah. So hopefully you will come back and listen more of my rants with the
Thanks, bro. Next
part. Be fifth, right? Or 4th? Lost count, man.
We're gonna be on 4. This was
4th,
number 3.
Yeah.
So we'll see if we can get through it all in the.
No, we get because I will got it already. I already did got it, and I will cut more. So we definitely go next time through full book 5, 100%.
All right.
Yeah.
A lot of people appreciate it. I appreciate you, and
thank you.
I'm gonna go eat my dinner now. God bless you all. We'll get you all.
Good night, everyone. Thank you for showing up. I appreciate all of you. Even if you disagree with me, God bless you. God bless everyone.